What if I told you
Those bring back some good days.
I'm really impressive?
When Momo was here for like 3 months straight recording, those were some good days.
I remember that.
I just will try to make them not suck next time.
Keep going, kid.
I honestly don't think I farted in 2 months.
Hey!
How do we have that many Momo drops? Wow.
I'm winning. I went to Cal. I'm winning.
All right,
I dropped a deuce.
Yeah. I went to Cal.
Wow. I just like the what if I told you from the
I know.
30 for 30.
Yeah, let's pretend none of it. Here's the 30 for 30.
What if I told you?
There you go. All right, that's distinguished.
Shall I do it again?
That's the only 30 for 30 audio podcast I've ever listened to.
I don't know if I've ever listened to
Bikram
another
one is
30
good.
for 30.
You should listen to the Bikram one.
Bikram is such an a-hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a 30
Does
for 30
he come
on that.
across like an a-hole?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good.
Well, he's an a-hole.
Bikram.
Let's get it rolling. Mason and Ireland, your Tuesday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mason.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So
Did I do that
full
good?
show today, huh? We got 3.5 full hours with Momo. I'm excited about that. Morales is here, live imaging Tuesday.
That means Yacht Rock.
Oh, is it? Ireland's not here. Do we have to do Yacht
You want
Rock?
to do disco?
Yeah, let's do disco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's do disco.
I would have made a great disco queen. I would have.
Yes.
How about 80s big hair bands?
Yeah, that's really not my thing.
Yeah, it's not his
Heaven
scene.
isn't too far. That one?
Maybe we'll slip a little in for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Maybe
a little bit.
Just
a little bit.
Little white snake.
So yesterday, did you hear us? Did Jeremy tell the story?
Really? It's 11:16.
I know.
White Snakes. What's the big song? Here we go.
And that's not why it was funny. Because Momo, I knew when she said it, she wanted a reaction out of me.
Got
Yep.
it.
I got one.
So Momo was all over me yesterday on the text about a story that I told. Do you know this story, Morales?
They're having their own story, but it was amazing.
We'll play White Snake at 11:30 or 1:30.
11:30 is a while ago.
So Momo, yesterday I told the story about the.
We've lost her.
She's
Be
gone.
sure to mark this for Mandy's
Oh,
3.
man.
Though Jorge's busy talking to Cody back there, so who knows if the funny games department's paying attention. Let's
I'm
mark
just
this.
talking about big hair bands. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So what's the story? Go ahead, Mace.
Oh, is it my turn to talk?
Yep.
It is.
On the Mason and Ireland show?
On a live imaging Tuesday.
On a
I
live
think-
imaging Tuesday?
I think that's like when you do a function on the graphing calculator, when
Yes.
you do a power to the graphic or
Right,
whatever.
right.
It's been a while since I was at school. Live imaging Tuesday powers it.
Okay.
Trumps
well,
it.
we are well powered. So yesterday I told a story about a woman and a dead husband. Do you know this story?
No.
Well, it started off because I was listening closely.
Yes, you were
with
listening.
your question of the day.
Yep.
And the question was, if you see someone crying in public, what do you do?
Right. And I walk right by. I don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
Everybody else claims
Brian
they
Cohen
would
basically
console
said,
them.
I might say, are you all right? And hope that they say yes, no problem.
Well, they're
So
not
I
going to
can
say
keep
yes.
walking.
They're crying.
Right, so you just
Yeah,
it's
but
courtesy to
most
ask.
people would say, I'm good, get away from me, strange weirdo.
It's courtesy.
I don't want
Is
to talk to
everything
you.
okay?
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. So
You're
anyway,
not the asking if it's okay.
correct. So Momo, then the rest of the story
Yeah.
is that Juan and I were at a hotel in Hawaii, and there was this woman crying and sobbing at the pool. And I didn't want anything to do with it, but Juan, being a good soul,
Juan
went
is
over
really a nice person.
and
Was
talked
this
to her.
woman in the pool?
No, she was not. She was on a lounge chair crying with a drink.
Okay.
And
As one
she
does.
told Juan her husband had died in the hotel
Like that day?
that day. And here she is at the pool
Well, what's she
crying
doing
and
on a
drinking.
lounge chair, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, what are you supposed to do?
I mean, what
You're
else
on
do you do?
vacation in Hawaii. So anyway,
The sun comes up the next day.
we consoled her. We hung out with her. We drank with her a little bit. And at the end of the day, I said we went out on a boat and sprinkled the guy's ashes. As it turns out, according to Juan, we didn't actually go on the boat
How fast do you think they do that?
quick because it's expensive to fly a body back to America or back to the United States. So
But what if you ashed it there and then threw the ashes
you
back?
could, but she elected to sprinkle it. So we were invited on the boat, but Juan and I both hate boats, so we didn't go. Now you said that was White Lotus.
Okay, but you didn't. You added that clarifying detail later.
Correct.
The way you told the story as I was driving back from the studio and listening to you on the air was very reminiscent of some of the plot lines of season 1 of White Lotus.
Okay.
So you're saying he made it up?
No, I didn't think he made it up. I think it's one of those where there was a real event that happened
course there was.
in history that
Yes.
happened some years ago, and your memory has now been colored in with details
Of course.
from a show which as we know, you really liked.
Far be it from me to embellish a story.
Never.
But I don't even think you were aware that you were embellishing it with the White Lotus details.
How different is it? You heard Juan's response.
I
said, this is what Juan wrote. He said, when we were in Hawaii one time, there was a woman across the pool crying really, really loud. And I went to her and said, I don't know you, but you need help. I asked if I could help her or give her a hug, and she said her husband died the night before in their room, so we helped her all day before her friend could arrive, and she got pretty drunk. Her friend came and said, oh no, she just got out of rehab, and they invited us to scatter the ashes, but both of us get seasick, so we wouldn't go. Now that's pretty much the story.
And then there's another text.
We have never been on a boat together.
So there's a very important piece.
In season 1 of White Lotus, there is a couple of the first scene. Obviously, is the body getting on the plane.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, who died?
Right.
So that's the big whodunit.
Right.
That's how each White Lotus starts, is a whodunit story.
But isn't it fair to suggest that what happened was very White Lotus-y,
It
but
very
it
White
actually
Lotus-y.
did happen? Mm-hmm. Except for the boat part.
Yeah, and then there are scenes in season 1 of White Lotus where somebody is crying, although it wasn't because their husband died. It was
Do you
something
think?
else.
Are you calling Juan a liar?
No, I
Okay,
agree.
thank
I think this is just one of those funny conflations of
Yes,
art
of course.
and life.
Yes.
How did they ash it so quick? I'm still hung
I
up
know
on
you got to
that.
find the funeral home
And
in
by
Hawaii.
the way, if somebody dies in a public place, then you have to involve law enforcement just
and
to
did you ask
clear
how
it.
he died?
Because a
Died
death
of a heart attack.
Death
Okay.
certificate has to be written.
So
How many days did you spend with this woman, comforting her?
3 days maybe?
Also, maybe
so
the
they
approach is not.
It says one
you
day
need
in the
help.
text.
They're not ashing a body in one day.
He says one day we were at the pool and we met a woman. That doesn't mean we didn't
You
spend
spent
time.
all 3 days
We
with her.
spent multiple days with her, and
It was
finally
a phrase, not a state. It was like one of those transition
Finally,
phrases.
she came back and said, will you join us on the boat to spread the ashes? And I'm like, well, I don't even
Well,
know the
listen,
guy.
Jennifer Coolidge got on the boat
Oh, I know.
to spread the ashes. That was
I get on a boat with her anywhere.
that is so. She is so you.
Yeah, she
that
would
is.
be. By the
way,
way,
that is your
fantastic.
ideal
She was
woman.
so me in 1998 when American Pie came out
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
Tanya McQuoid is her name in White Lotus.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
she's great.
I've never watched White
You've
Lotus.
never watched it?
I need
Oh,
to. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
you do. It's one of those
How
ones
have
that
you
you
not
should
seen
really
The White Lotus?
see.
That was like
This
the
was
reason.
a running joke on the show. Have you seen
which
White
is
Lotus?
why my first text to you was not. Was actually more of a straight on hey, I think you're confusing your story with the White Lotus, and then I was like, wait, I'm gonna do a callback to when you were asking everyone, have you seen the White Lotus?
Yeah. Have you seen the White Lotus? Exactly. So we're gonna do a little NBA today because you're very critical of the Lakers. I thought last night was
it's throw something at the TV kind of
there's
ending.
there's
See?
a bunch of takeaways
See?
from last night's game. One of the biggest reasons the Lakers lost in Miami last night. We'll get into that coming up next for you. Momo is here. It's live imaging
it's
Tuesday.
1:23.
And we're going to break. 710 ESPN. Ronnie, I take breaks whenever I want. Since when do you care about the clock?
Per se, I don't care about the
Okay,
clock
so why
anymore.
are you making a big deal?
Because we only did 6 minutes, so I don't
And
care.
the next segment will be longer.
I'm just saying, I don't necessarily. If we're going long for a good purpose, we went really short here.
Correct,
I
for
thought
a
there
good
was more.
purpose.
I thought there was more meat on the bone.
Yeah, no, there's plenty.
We were out of meat.
I just didn't want to get into.
We
the
were out of
Lakers.
Whitesnake.
No, I teased the Lakers coming up.
Let's talk about Jacob
I
and
just
Ronnie.
think we had a little more White Lotus to go.
See,
No, we're done with
Momo
White
thought
Lotus.
we had more meat.
We're done with White Lotus. All right. If you are riding in the back seat and injured in an Uber or Lyft accident, probably different than a normal wreck. Totally different. Your driver is covered by Uber or Lyft, so not only are you dealing with the other person's insurance, you got to talk to the rideshare company's insurance as well. You don't want to deal with this on your own. You got to have an expert, and my friend Jacob is the expert when it comes to handling Uber and Lyft cases. Years ago, Jacob and his team took on these cases before other attorneys. He understands all of the nuances involved in these particular accidents. So if you're injured in any kind of rideshare accident, only one name to remember, that is Jacob. Remember, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob, he'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
and make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram and Facebook for prizes, insight, and more. Follow him at call.jacob. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
Mason in Ireland on the Live Imaging Tuesday. There's your white snake, Momo.
I mean, I'm like headbanging. Are we on the TV?
YouTube?
Good song.
We are on YouTube right now.
That's TV.
Yeah.
Counts.
Go to YouTube, search ESPN Los Angeles, and you will see Momo bobbing her head.
It's hard to, like, my hair's under the headphones.
Yeah, no,
it doesn't really.
You can.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Sorry, that was just a great comment. Okay.
So,
how's that mustache working out there, Jack?
it's getting there. It's getting there.
I mean, honestly.
No, it's actually looks really good. What does
How
Juan
many
think
days
of
has it been?
Juan hates it.
Well, I would too.
He thinks it's stupid.
It is
he doesn't.
stupid.
Juan doesn't like bits. He's like, I'm anti-bit. Stop
He actually
doing
said,
bits.
Has he actually said he's anti-bit?
He
Well, what
said
does he want
he's
the show?
anti-bit.
What does he want the
you say
show to
back
be?
to him,
Then?
these bits pay
He
the bills?
says I do stupid things, and I'm doing too many stupid things.
But what does he want the show to be if we're not doing bits?
Yeah,
More sports?
More sports.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think.
that's
Juan wants
great,
more
Juan. That's
sports.
great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just did a podcast with Brian Windhorst and Mark Spears.
The Hoops Collective podcast.
Oh, that's
And
the
I'm-
former Sedano one, right?
Yeah, at
George
one point
doing
he
that
was
one?
the Yeah. But now it's really it's the Hoops Collective with Brian Windhorst.
Yes,
I mean, it's like
it
his
is.
deal.
It's definitely his now.
And I don't know. All I know is that he used the word honey bun, and we talked about Lil Baby and bags of cash, and a whole long segment on wine. Like, I was like, whoa.
That's not what I look for from that podcast.
You should just fast forward to the end when we talked Lakers.
See, Mace, you tell Juan everyone's doing our format now.
Yes.
We got Windhorst on the Hoops Collective talking about wine.
Talking about wine. Yeah,
Is he a wine guy?
No, he doesn't know anything about wine, but it was talking about NBA players and how they're really into wine and how LeBron's cheap until he isn't, and then he spends...
Well, that's actually kind of interesting.
It was interesting. It was a little interesting, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why? LeBron's cheap?
They have dinner party. Yeah, apparently he's cheap until he's not. Right?
Oh, okay.
Like, he's really cheap about most things, and then he'll drop $50 million on a pad in Beverly Hills.
Wow.
Or $5,000 on a bottle of wine or something.
You want to see what I found in my car today?
What?
Found this little card that says, "We buy junk cars." Now, this is the second time this has happened that somebody has left this on my car. Now, I would tell you...
Are you driving a brand new car?
No, I'm in the process of buying a Hyundai.
Oh.
And I want to get the Elantra, which is just a beautiful, beautiful car. But in the meantime, I'm driving this 2018 thing that hasn't been washed in a while. But should I take
that's why.
Why don't you wash your car?
offense? We buy junk cars?
Why don't you just join one of the wash clubs?
No, what does that mean?
Like, I think mine in Orange County is Fast 5, and I pay $40 a month, and you could wash it every day.
Do they show up at your house?
No, you go.
I don't have time to go to a car wash. I'm busy. I'm a busy person.
You drive through it. You drive through it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's actually very good.
And it's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'll do that.
And you could go and vacuum it in the little vacuum
Yeah,
station.
see, that's the thing.
I don't want to do any work. I just
then
want someone to wash my car while I'm sitting at home.
Well, then go have our friends at Washos or the other.
There's another
mobile
one that
wash.
shows
Can
up
we
at
just
your
go
house.
Can we go back just 1 second? Mason, you said you're a busy person.
No, he says he's busy. Yeah.
I'm an unbelievably busy person with a packed schedule.
What do you do outside of this show?
I do 3 podcasts a week that I prep.
That's all before this show,
including watching movies that in advance and TV shows that relate to the guest that's going to be on.
Watching
What
TV.
a life.
Correct. Okay. So, like when you have the screenwriter for Killers of the Flower Moon,
you gotta watch it.
You spend 3.5 hours watching Killers of the Flower Moon.
That was one time that you saw
to
it
get
2
ready
weeks
for
ago.
it, and then you got to think up good questions to ask.
Do you know there's something called Culture Pop Soda?
Yes, I do.
They're going to be out at our Veterans Day golf tournament on Friday.
Do you know what it is?
I don't.
Culture Pop Soda.
Sounds like a prebiotic.
It is a prebiotic, exactly
or a postbiotic.
right.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're doing.
That's what the word culture means. It's a prebiotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is smart.
Well, I'm going to drink some Friday at Black Gold. I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes.
All right,
What's the difference between probiotic and prebiotic?
No idea.
You do the prebiotic first.
And then it's
That
probiotic
is
when it's done.
true.
Then afterwards, you do the probiotic.
Does the prebiotic turn into a probiotic after you eat it?
It's a good question.
You know what? I think
don't
it
have
sort
the
of
answer
primes
to.
the biotic.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
You got to prime the pump.
You know what I heard is a really good and then I'll get to the liquor. What I heard is a really good prebiotic is sauerkraut. If you just eat sauerkraut every day.
It doesn't taste good at all.
No, but I went through a phase where you get the sauerkraut, you put some of the green olives, like
that's good stuff.
Yeah, and then you just eat it with like a cracker or chips.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
you
Add
gotta
some
get-
kimchi in there, and then you're really doing the gut health.
Kimchi's another one that's
I'm not a
good
big kimchi guy.
Probiotic.
Not a big
thing.
kimchi guy.
Yeah.
But you got to get good sauerkraut. You got to go to like Whole Foods or Mother's Market or Sprouts. You got to get the good sauerkraut, Jack.
Right.
You eat a lot of sauerkraut over there?
I eat sauerkraut every night.
Do you really?
I have 2 forkfuls of sauerkraut
No,
every
you
night.
don't.
I swear to God I do. I swear.
Come on.
That's like
What do you mean, come on?
That's like
Is
your
that
other
your
story.
probiotic?
Do I have to get Juan to text again?
Everything you
He
say, Juan
literally
has to explain.
makes me eat sauerkraut every night.
I don't know about
You
that.
Do you
got
celery
video-
juice in the morning?
You got
That's the thing,
videos
too.
of that?
Videos of me
Feeding you
being
sauerkraut.
force-fed sauerkraut.
At the table or in bed?
That is at the table.
Yeah, you don't want sauerkraut.
that-
in the
is-
you get
the
sauerkraut in
prebiotic?
the bed, you got a problem, Jack.
Yeah.
Is it a prebiotic first and then a probiotic after?
Exactly.
All right.
You're correct. All right. So
There's just so many places we can go with
I know,
this that would
and
not
so,
be good for any
so
of us.
we're going to go somewhere else altogether. So last night, the Lakers had every opportunity
Oh, my
to
God.
win that game.
Miami was like, here, go ahead and win the game.
It's 108-107, and Reeves misses a wide open three.
Clank.
Reeves misses
We need some
another
sound effects for this.
wide open three. LeBron misses
Brick.
a three, and then Cam Reddish misses the shot
Brick.
at the end of. But here's the thing about this game. They
There
were all wide open looks.
All wide open.
I mean, Austin Reeves, nobody was near
Brick.
him on those 2 threes.
And they had been down by 10 points in this game.
Yep.
More than that. 10 or 12 or something. To the point where I was like, oh, they're going to lose. That's it. I'll turn it off. No, just stick around a little bit for the end here. Brick.
They hung in there, yeah.
Brick. I mean, it was so hard to watch. And,
And
Miami couldn't
was,
make it. Yeah,
Miami
they were
was terrible
too.
in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, they gave up a 12-point lead.
Yeah.
That was a tough ending.
So here's and AD obviously left the game last night with hip spasm. He finished with 9 points and 6 rebounds, and AD says he's going to let it calm down, get treatment, get ready to suit up on Wednesday. So it doesn't sound serious.
Yeah, it never does until the next day.
Oh, come on, don't scare us.
I don't know. The ending of that game was like when you land on one of those Southwest flights at Burbank and it's like super bumpy and you're like, what are you doing, pilot? And you land and you kind of want to clap, but then it's like, I don't know, do better, man.
So here's their problem last night. First of all, D'Lo gets jacked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
AD
Kicked out of the
gets
game.
hurt.
Yeah.
And you're left with 6 players. So they had LeBron, Christian Wood, Taurean Prince, Austin, and Cam Reddish and Max Christie.
Christian Wood was good.
Yeah, Christian Wood has been very, very good.
Yeah.
Better than advertised.
Better than advertised.
Yeah, because he's playing defense too. But they were down to 6 guys when they made that run.
Because Rui's still hurt. Gabe Vincent's hurt.
Yep.
Jared Vanderbilt hasn't played yet.
Jackson Hayes was hurt last night.
Oh, he was hurt. Okay, I was wondering where he was.
So those guys were all gone, and they're missing a lot of size. And I'll tell you what they're doing a lot of is they are not. Miami had 11 offensive rebounds last night.
Mm-hmm.
They are not rebounding well at this time. They were out rebounded last night, and they were out offensive rebounded 11-5.
In the 5 minutes of the podcast I did with Brian where we talked about the Lakers, he came with some good stats.
Yes, okay.
They are 29th in the league in three-point shooting.
Oh, wow, that's a good one.
29th in the league. Remember last year when LeBron's like, we need to get some lasers?
Yeah, no lasers there right now.
Cam Reddish, the last play was drawn up for him.
It was drawn up.
It was.
For
There's
him.
in the huddle.
The
You saw
whole
Darvin.
thing was let's get it to Cam Reddish.
I guess for a corner 3 in which he is shooting behind the 3-point arc this year so far. Would you like to guess?
24%.
15%.
15%. Okay.
But do you think that it was it was drawn up for Cam Reddish, or was LeBron go to the basket? If the shot's there, you take it. If you're not,
that's what
you
I
kick
think
it out.
is going on.
You kick
it
it
was
out.
Probably
if it's
something
not
like that. But he was going to get 3 guys on him because that's what he was getting the whole game.
Correct. And he wasn't going to get a call.
No.
And Austin
Which is
Reeves would not have been open over there.
Which is another issue.
Yeah.
Is that LeBron got no calls last night. He went to the free throw line
They
4 times.
filed a protest with the league.
Yeah, they filed a protest with the league today.
Gabe Vincent, before he got hurt, shooting 7% from 3.
Well, he's only made 1.
I know. Still.
He's only made 1.
The point is, last year,
I was
remember,
there for it, by the way.
remember
I
at the
saw
beginning
it.
of last
Were
year
you
when
still in the suite? You didn't leave yet?
I was in the suite.
I have not seen John Ireland this worked up in a while.
Yeah.
Remember when we'd have these debates about is Westbrook the problem or is the shooting the problem? And he was like, if you have watched any of these games, if you've watched any minute of these games, I can tell.
By the way, I get so offended when he says, "Did you watch the game?"
Did you watch the game? Yeah.
Of course I watched the game.
Yeah.
I watch every game. What that and it's
anybody who tells you that the Lakers' problem is Russell Westbrook does not watch the game.
Yeah, and as it turns out,
he was the problem.
He was a problem.
He was. But John's point last year was it's the shooting. Not only are they not shooting the ball well,
right,
but they're not taking that many threes either. Remember that whole Anthony Davis? We want you to shoot 8 attempts,
6 threes every day or whatever. Yeah,
you know how many he's taking?
1 a game.
1.
Yeah.
Like,
by the way, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. I don't want Anthony Davis taking 3-pointers. No. I'll be honest. I want his butt down in the post.
Yeah, but the point of it was for him to be empowered to shoot all the time and not think about it.
Right.
It's a mentality and aggressiveness thing that Darvin Ham was trying to get him to embrace. I don't want to put this on AD. He's actually played very well this year.
With the exception of 1 half.
I know.
He's been very, very good.
That's right, with 1 half against Jokic.
Yep.
They have gotten kind of nothing from everyone else. Like there's been 1 or 2 good D-Lo games. That's it.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves coming around.
But he was pretty bad for the first.
To look like Austin Reeves. He was terrible.
Yeah, at the beginning, terrible. Like there was a 2 for 12 game in there.
Yep.
Gabe Vincent non-factor until he got hurt.
Good defender.
Yeah.
He's a good defender.
Yeah,
that's why I think that's why Darvin likes him.
Yeah, I feel like that move has not panned out the way anyone thought so far, and it's always going to be compared to letting Dennis Schroeder go. Because they kind of chose to add Gabe Vincent over keeping Schroeder.
Yeah. You don't like that?
Well, we'll see.
I like Gabe Vincent a lot.
I liked it at the time. I did think they were going to miss Schroeder. I thought they would have been better with him back.
And by the way, on the last shot, so they've only got 5 guys. Mm-hmm. They've got 6 guys available. So who do you want taking that shot? LeBron, Christian Wood, Taurean Prince, Austin Reeves, Cam Reddish. Those are the 5. Who do you want? Cam got the shot.
Well, I want LeBron taking the shot if he can, but
and
not,
you saw
it's
LeBron,
not going to be open.
They were hanging on him.
I want Christian Wood probably.
Christian Wood.
He'd been pretty good that game, and he'd been making them.
Taurean Prince, good 3-point shooter.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
I don't know what he is this year. We have to look it up.
He was actually he's been
pretty good this season.
Yeah, he's been a good 3-point shooter. But that is a shocking number, the number that you threw out. 29th in the league in 3-point shooting. That's difficult.
Yeah.
By the way, this is what Darvin said after the game last night. I see LeBron shooting 4 free throws, and the amount of times he attacked the rim, the amount of times he was slapped on the arm, for that not to be called, man, he's not flopping. I watch him go to the hole strong. And they've now asked for an investigation into what's going on, because that was some awful, awful officiating. LeBron goes to the basket over and over and over again. And this is what Bergman said today, and I completely agree with it. The concept here is goes to the basket over and over and over again, doesn't get the call because it's a little like the Shaq effect. Like LeBron essentially gets fouled every time he goes to the basket. And last night, he only got 2 of those calls. That has to change.
Yeah, I agree with that. He does get fouled on every play, but you're also on the road, and they were down 12. I mean, there was some stat I saw the other day about how bad they are in the first quarter. Like, you're getting
They're terrible. They're in a ditch at the end of the first quarter.
The worst stat that I heard, though, was the on-off numbers with LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, they're plus 25 with LeBron on. Like, in other words, they're minus 25 with him off. Like, they're dying in the non-LeBron minutes. Yeah. Nobody is carrying them. Nobody can pull them together. He has to play all these minutes. Like, the idea of him playing 28 minutes a game and ramping up throughout the year, it's not happening. He's playing 39 minutes a game.
If they want to win, they've got to play him that many minutes.
It's not a good thing when he is averaging more minutes than his age.
It's definitely not a good thing.
It's 37 going to be 38.
But do they have an option at this point? I mean, you just mentioned the stat. They're plus 25 with LeBron. Does that make sense? They're minus 25 without him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why wouldn't it?
That's
They're
the
losing.
inverse.
They're 3 and 4. Yeah.
Couldn't you be lower?
You could be
minus 40 or something. Could be worse.
I'll get you the exact number.
Yeah. I'm curious, but the officiating is just total BS. It's total BS. There is no way LeBron wasn't fouled more than twice last night.
I agree.
LeBron should not go to the line and score 4 points at the free throw line. And this whole on the road, at home, why is that a thing?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why are officials not officiating the same on the road as they do at home for teams?
I don't know.
Because that trend exists.
It does. It absolutely does. And it also is for certain players, like, you know, for whatever reason. I mean, maybe that ref doesn't like LeBron. Maybe he thinks he whines too much. Maybe he thinks he's selling the call too much. Who knows? Like, I do think these things are personal. Like,
but
these things
there's got to be a fix to that. Like, if that's a real thing, if the referees are actually going against a certain player, like Scott Foster and all that kind of stuff, that has to be fixed. That shouldn't be allowed in any sense.
Well, I'll tell you,
that can't be. Like, NBA and Adam Silver have to stop that. That's nonsense.
But the one good thing that comes out of this is that it is likely, after what Darvin said last night, what has been said today, what the official argument with the league is, or the official complaint, all that stuff is going to sensitize. They're going to start getting calls. LeBron is going to start getting calls because of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's the classic media game that you play.
Right.
Let it build up. Be very loud about it after a game when it is particularly egregious.
Yeah.
And then the next game or two, it'll change back.
Yeah.
So Houston on Wednesday, they'll probably get some calls.
I dress good. I dress good. A whole bunch of buttons.
What are you doing?
I hit a whole bunch of buttons by accident.
I didn't know what it was about, and I just kept moving.
This is the one I meant to hit.
Listen in Ireland, listen in Ireland, listen in Ireland. You little Lakers for life, Lakers for life, Lakers for life.
What's happening here?
You little.
Win, lose, Lakers for life, baby. Let's go.
So Super Sam. That's our friend So Super Sam.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I don't know. There was a thing, goats and something.
Yeah, there
before
was
that.
there was a goat
And
at
I
one
dressed
point.
good.
Yeah, that did come up.
I didn't know where.
Yeah, I didn't know where that was coming from either. All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. 2 o'clock call of the day. You want to talk Lakers and what happened last night in Miami, or this 3-4 start and what you think of that. The Rams, by the way, have signed Carson Wentz. What the hell is going on there? USC, interesting nugget about Lincoln Riley I've got coming up too. All that stuff plus wheel of questions. Next, Momo in for John. Live Imaging Tuesday, 7:10 ESPN.
Minutes in front of 2 o'clock on a Live Imaging Tuesday on Mason in Ireland. You want a disco jack?
Yeah.
I've been saying jack a lot this hour.
I know.
I
Who's
have
Jack?
been saying Jack.
I don't know why. Well, I've been fasting now for 21 hours.
Oh, my
What
God.
the hell is going on with that?
Eat something.
Yeah,
We hit the post even though we were talking. It was good.
it was. Why don't you go get some
I think Cappy's bringing
Some
something.
snacks. Oh,
Cappy
is
wants
he?
to get lunch.
Okay.
Live Imaging Tuesday, presented by East Central Hotel. Discover the heart of downtown LA at the East Central Hotel. Trendy rooms, a renovated gym, and the Nixo Patio Lounge. It's a perfect stay at East
I have
Central.
stayed there.
It's great, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great hotel.
You and I should hang out at the Nixo Patio Lounge one night. We'll play some disco?
Sure, one night.
One night.
If it was
You have to
any
shave,
other night.
You have to shave that mustache, though. I don't want people to think I'm with some, Creeps
yeah.
McGee over there.
No, this is gonna
EastCentralHotel.com.
be a good mustache. This
Oh,
is gonna
yeah.
be a good mustache.
It's looking like it.
Yeah. It's Movember.
East Central
Let's do
Hotel,
it.
Entertainment.
We'll be there by Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Entertainment's official address. Meanwhile, it is time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, hit that wheel, homeboy.
All right, here we go. It is Wheel of Questions time, and Momo is in for here. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, if you could, this is a good question for you, Morales.
Yeah?
If you could only have one snack and you get a never-ending supply, what snack would you choose?
Like for the rest of your life?
For the rest of your life, this is your snack.
Are there parameters to the snack?
Not really.
Like, it's not going to make you gain weight. It's not going to do it.
No, that's not what I meant. I
No.
meant like,
Do I get other
I'm
food
asking
outside
that.
of the snack?
You get meals, but this is the snack.
Okay, got it. Because that does change my answer.
Like a snack food.
Because if this was like all I could eat, I would just say string cheese. Because that
String cheese is an
Yeah,
excellent
it's a good
snack food.
It is.
It's a good snack.
It's
But
good. Do you eat it like peeled?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way to eat it.
Yeah, but
Sometimes I just bite the head right off.
Do you? No,
Yeah.
I just pull the strings
Yeah,
down.
I got to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't always do like real thin slivers. Sometimes I get like impatient.
Chunky.
Yeah.
Chunky sliver. So is that your choice?
String cheese, really?
No, I think I can do better than that. I got to think about this.
Okay. Morales, any
So
ideas?
I think it's nacho cheese Doritos.
What?
Nacho cheese Doritos.
Yeah.
Gets all over your hands.
I'm a
I
Cool
know it's
Ranch
part of it,
guy.
though.
I like Cool Ranch.
Cool
Yeah,
Ranch,
Cool
much
Ranch is
better.
good.
Way better.
Morales, one
I
snack.
used to do a bit way back when I liked to date people that
Yeah.
I would say, I just want to find a girl to eat Cheez-Its with. So Cheez-Its was always mine.
Cheez-Its!
And the amount of women out there that drink red wine and eat Cheez-Its.
They do go together.
They do go
Yeah.
together. So I would say Cheez-Its. I enjoy Cheez-Its.
Yeah, okay, I love Cheez-Its. Bergman?
But by the way,
Cheez-Its are
not
delicious.
Cheese Nips. Because sometimes people think that
No,
Cheese Nips
that's
are Cheez-Its.
off-brand.
I
That's
don't know if it's
off-brand.
off-brand,
It is.
but
It
it's
is,
not
yeah.
as good as
Oh,
Cheez-Its.
you mean there's a fake Cheez-Its?
There's
called
Cheese Nips.
Oh, I've never even seen
And
those.
then there's
What
also
a
the
scam.
organic Annie's
Let me tell you
cheddar
what.
bunnies.
Do I look like a guy who's eating those?
Yeah.
That's more like
I mean,
Goldfish
cheddar
off-brand.
bunnies. That
The
sounds
cheddar
good.
bunnies
I mean,
are
that does
Goldfish
sound, yeah.
off-brand.
Okay, so Cheez-Its. Bergman?
Mace, you want to be Cheddar Buddies?
No.
Cheddar
I
bunnies.
don't
or
know what
Cheddar
it
buddies?
is, but I'm definitely
Oh, was
gonna
it
pass.
bunnies or buddies?
It works for
Either
both.
way.
I will be neither.
Two things can be true at once.
Yes.
I'm gonna take black pepper beef jerky. I love black pepper beef jerky. I can eat it in every car ride.
That's
delicious.
the thing.
Yeah.
Beef jerky
Yeah.
goes with car
Oh,
rides.
Yeah, and it's not so
perfect.
messy.
Yeah, it's not messy,
Yeah.
and it just tastes so
String
good.
cheese kind of melts sometimes.
Yeah.
It can.
Okay,
Yeah.
Brian?
Well, my first
That's
thought
good
was
too
the
when it melts.
Doritos.
Doritos
Yeah.
is
But
good.
I will change it, and I'm going to go any Reese's product. Give me the Reese's Pieces, the Buttercups, the Fast Breaks. Oh.
Okay, wait a second.
nice.
1 second. When it
It's
comes
Reese's, not Reese's.
No, it's Reese's.
to
No, it's
Reese's.
Reese's.
You're totally wrong.
It's not Reese's.
It's Reese's Pieces.
No, it's
It
Reese's.
is. Oh,
Pieces.
I'll die
Brian.
on this hill. It
Let
is-
the guy do his thing. No color.
You're going to die on this hill?
This
Yeah,
is
oh,
the
this
hill
is-
that you should not
Yes.
die on. This is the wrong hill, Brian.
The Reese's hill?
Yeah, it's like
And by
an
the
ET,
way-
Reese's Pieces.
Have you not seen the commercials on TV that say Reese's?
Pieces.
No, I have not.
It literally
Reese's
says
Pieces.
pieces. It's spelled Pieces.
All good, bro.
All good.
Pieces.
All good.
And by the way, the pieces are the worst of the Reese's products.
Yeah, agreed.
I'll agree with that, but
Absolutely.
they're still very, very good.
I
They're
love
just
every-
really
candies.
inferior
They
to the M&Ms with the peanut butter in it.
They don't even taste like
No.
Reese's.
I don't know about that.
I like the big cups.
The peanut butter cups.
Well, who
yeah. I
doesn't?
like the
Now
minis.
they've got the
And-
big cups.
Oh, yeah, like
I
the
like
one
the
big
mini
cup?
cups.
You've
Yeah.
tried the
Yeah.
fast break now.
Who
man.
doesn't
How'd
like
you
the
try
big
fast
cups, you
break?
know?
Fast break is good.
Oh, Fast Breaks are really good.
Especially with some cheddar bunnies.
Okay.
Delicious.
I have two things. One, Chex Mix. I love Chex Mix.
But they've got
I do
exotic
like
Chex
Chex
Mix.
Mix.
You
I
like just
the
straight.
spicy.
The
Chex
spicy,
Mix.
well, yeah.
Yeah. And the other, Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels
But that's
sprouts.
not a snack.
I eat
That's
them every
not a
day. I
snack.
snack on Brussels sprouts.
That's a meal.
That's
That's only when you're
No, I call
dieting.
that my tide over. I love Brussels
But
sprouts.
are you,
Brussels
wa-
sprouts
are you
delicious.
watching a game just chowing down on some Brussels
Yes,
sprouts?
I am.
Really?
I ate
Some
Brussels
sauerkraut.
sprouts during the Lakers
I
game
mean-
last night. Finished it off with some sauerkraut. I feel great today.
I didn't think Brian's answer could be worse. That was worse.
it's
the
worse.
Brussels
Sprouts
sprouts
and Chex
answer
Mix?
for.
Come on.
You're talking about snack foods, and you're talking about
Unless
Brussels
we're going down to
sprouts.
Katsuyu and they're making the Brussels sprouts so that are like
But
baked
what if,
and stuff.
what
Brussels
if I
sprouts
eat,
good.
What
I
if
like
I
Brussels-
eat Brussels sprouts as a snack every day?
I
That's
think
my
the
snack.
Are they
definition would
cooked
be-
or you just eat them straight
Cooked.
raw?
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
The definition would be of a snack is something you would put a bowl of out for guest.
Brussels
Olives.
sprouts.
Olives are good.
Yeah,
No, Chex Mix is the right answer.
Chex Mix, but I don't. Sometimes when you get the Chex Mix and then it's spicy and you weren't expecting
Yeah,
it,
it's
it's
too
got a
much.
kick.
It's good.
Yeah, I agree. It's like
good.
the bar mix is a little spicy sometimes.
It is. Yeah.
Gets you to buy beer.
Yeah.
Walks
Without-
you down. Yeah.
All right, there's your wheel of questions. By the way,
That's a good question.
It's Fifth Row Fridays going on right now.
Last week you got a great one.
Oh my! Last week's guy that won last Friday knew
awesome.
every single answer from the week and said it was easy. He
Wow.
just breezed through that thing. Bam, bam, bam.
All five right in a row. By the way, there's a different definitions for snack.
Snack.
So two definitions. One is a small amount of food eaten between meals.
All right, all right.
And then the other one is a sexually attractive person.
Wow.
Snack. Yeah.
Wow.
No, that's true.
That is true.
In
Wasn't
in
expecting
every
that.
community or other communities?
I've never used the term.
That's what it says here. These are
But
just
it
on
does-
Are
Google.
you on Urban
One and two.
Dictionary
No,
or
I am on
Merriam-Webster?
Google. Snack
Google
definition.
says that.
Snack definition. There's
We need
two
some parental
answers.
filters on Google. I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
That's very strange.
A snack. All right. Hey,
By the way, you know
Clear
it would be
from
a
the
good
pics that her
snack.
new husband is a total snack.
And you could put it out for guests. We now have it in the suite at Lakers games. Is BBGO. Of
Oh,
course, proud
BBGO's
sponsor
fantastic.
of
There
Fifth
you
Row
go.
Fridays.
Right.
You put some wontons out for your guests.
Oh, yeah.
Bam!
the official game day snack of the Los Angeles Lakers, BBGO.
Yes.
And Bergman, what are the tickets It's for Lakers versus Portland, I think?
No, it's for Memphis. Lakers versus Memphis on Tuesday, November 14th.
Oh, that's a
It's
win.
an in-season tournament game.
That's a win.
Excellent. So
Memphis sucks this year.
So you got to know
Yeah, they're bad
stuff that we say
Right
this
now, at
week.
least.
There's a question from yesterday, today, and on throughout the week. If you know all 5 on Friday at 3:30, you get a chance to win.
So today's question could be, what's your favorite snacks? What's Mace's snack?
Conceivably. That
Conceivably.
And now it won't be.
Well, no, it could be, though. Why couldn't it be?
I was thinking it could have been.
Why couldn't it be?
Because you highlighted it and said it could be.
This could
You
be
still
the
need
answer.
to know, and you would still need to know the other 4 days.
But we're supposed to make it tough. You can't say, "Oh yeah, the answer is Brussels sprouts," and then make
I was just
the question
giving an
Brussels
example
sprouts.
for promo purposes.
It's like
Totally.
lie of the day, and you say, "Oh, look, that's the lie."
Totally gave it away. Totally gave it away. But by the way, Bergman, wasn't that going to be the question?
That was probably going to be
It
the
was probably
question.
going to be the question.
I got a better question for you.
Okay, we'll keep it to yourself.
I will.
All right.
I understand the bit.
Okay, good. So 2:00 call of the day. Lakers last night lose to Miami in Miami. AD did leave that game. They were shorthanded like crazy at the end. They only had 6 players available. But that last 2 minutes was painful to watch
For both teams.
as they missed 4 3-pointers.
Yeah, their last
final
5
2
possessions,
minutes.
they went 0 for it, and they missed 4 3-pointers.
Yeah. I mean, what is it possible? I heard them describe this earlier. Travis said, well, is it possible they're just mediocre? I'm not prepared to say that at all. I think it's a really small sample size.
So, Bob Myers went on Countdown at the beginning of the year and said, I don't know, Lakers. And I did have, and I really cannot name the player because I will get them in trouble, but one of their opponents afterwards was saying, I don't know about the Lakers.
What's their initials?
Nope.
Yeah, initials.
Too easy.
What's it rhyme with?
What team are they on?
He's a foreign-born player. Let's put it that way.
Have they played him yet?
No.
It's Jokic.
No.
Have they played him this season?
They have
It's
played
Luka.
them.
They have played him. They haven't played Luka yet.
No, I think
Nikola
that
Jovic.
around the league.
Nicholas Vucevic.
Haven't played them yet.
Just going to name foreign-born players.
Yeah, you
Pick the
are.
right one.
Yeah,
Well, you
are.
got to do players.
I'll tell you
that
the
they
break.
played.
Okay.
But I think the general sense is they really did a great reboot at the end of last year.
Yes.
And we all saw what they did last year and thought, oh, well, they've added to that.
Right.
And that is assuming that the people who played really well for them last year after the trade deadline are going to play at that level again.
Correct.
Like, is Rui Hachimura, is he really good, or is that contract year? Is Austin Reeves, is he really good, Team USA, future star someplace, like worthy of that contract, or was that his ceiling? Is Gabe Vincent really that good, or was that just a nice playoff run?
Right.
So maybe
So
some of the
you're-
guys who had really good years that look like great signings, are they going to regress to the mean, or are they going to stay? Is that really their
Or
mean?
are they going to develop?
Well, and ascend?
They're young guys.
Correct.
Are they going to ascend?
And so that's kind of what everyone are, when you talk amongst people who are not believers,
right.
okay,
Right.
that is the criticism.
Okay. 877-710-ESPN. That's interesting. Some foreign-born player says the Lakers are just,
Yeah.
according to Momo.
Yeah, he used
877
different words, too.
877-710-ESPN. We'll do 2:00 call of the day next. It is Live Imaging Tuesday. Mason in Ireland, 710-ESPN.
o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday on Mason in Ireland. Momo sitting in for John. I love when Momo's here. And because John's not here, no Yacht Rock, we're going to do disco.
Disco! This is like the big disco song.
We're going to play the drop?
What's the drop?
Oh. I thought
This
we
is
had
the
the
part
drop.
where when you're on the dance floor, you
yeah,
start spinning.
yeah, disco.
I thought we were going to play the drop here.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a good one.
Missed it.
We
Couldn't get a good
He
one.
was too busy answering for call of the day because you're yelling him about call of the
Freaking
day.
out about call of the day. Jeez.
I'm not freaking out about
Like
call
we,
of the
like
day.
we,
It was a
like
full
I
freak out.
Like
look,
between all of
you
us, we
lost your
can't
mind.
fill for a minute.
No, when our
Damn it.
listeners are taking the time to call us, we want to answer the phone.
They're going to keep
we
calling.
don't want a phone that just rings and rings and rings. If I call my favorite radio station, I expect somebody to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, what's your name? What do you want to talk about?"
You know what
So
about
why don't
I'll
you
do
come
that
in-
myself
All
if
right,
I
all
have to.
Come in tomorrow. Come in at 2
Okay,
o'clock.
I'm going
and
to
you
come in.
can
I'll
answer.
do the
In
screen.
about 5 years, we're going to have the capability of people will FaceTime the show, and we'll see their faces and bring them in.
That's awesome.
And if a guy looking like you with that mustache is FaceTiming, we're going to report you to the authorities.
1 month a year. I've never done it before. I've never done this
So
Movember
this
thing.
is a bit.
Well, it's Movember.
I know, but like for you, it's taking quite a while.
It's going to take a while. It's going to the end of the month. I'm not sure what I've got. I have no idea what I'm working on.
Are you like Sedano that you don't have a lot of hair on your body?
I guess I am that way.
Well,
yes.
Sedano showed us the other day. I mean, not everything, but he was.
Yeah.
Well, he was wearing that tank top.
Oh, when he was doing the McAfee.
Oh, the
impression,
McAfee thing, yeah.
That was funny. All right, let's
Cappy
do
and
the
I
two.
are hairy. We're like bears.
Good for you guys, furries. All right, let's
Time
take-
for 2 o'clock call of the day.
Thank you.
Take it away, Mace.
All right.
We have them. Don't worry. I answered the phone calls.
There looks like a lot of good calls in there.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of interesting stuff on the phones. Let's go to Scooter in L.A. first. Hey, Scooter, you're on 710. Good afternoon.
Hey, I just wanted to say where was Matt Ryan when you needed him? It seems like
It's a good call.
the Lakers, they can't like whenever they go to a new player, when they come to the Lakers, their 3-point shooting just goes. It seems like they're jinxed or something when it comes to 3-point
It's
shooting.
the pressure.
You know?
It's the pressure of playing with LeBron. See?
Yeah,
Do you feel it when I say it like that? It's the pressure of playing with LeBron.
Well, there is a lot of
It
pressure.
is.
There's a lot of pressure. But I think if you look at Bergman, these guys that we've got, some of them were pretty good from 3-point last year.
Yeah. But is there a regression happening?
Or are the guys that is like Rui was an important part of that?
Yeah.
Rui's not there right now.
Yeah, he's somebody poked him in the eye.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yes.
Poked him in the eye. He's got a concussion or something. Sounds bad.
Yeah, so hopefully he comes back soon. But he was one of the guys we were counting on. I mean, there are a bunch of guys that we were counting on. Austin Reeves was one. Finally, Austin Reeves, the last 2 games, looks like Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
It took him a while to get his feet under him,
Yeah.
but I think he's back.
We'll see.
The player that we think he can be.
I think they have to stagger his minutes with LeBron.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can play with LeBron sometimes, but they have got to find an answer for the non-LeBron minutes. They're dying in the
Yeah, they are.
non-LeBron minutes.
All right, let's go to Jason and Downey. Jason, good afternoon.
Hello, I'm glad that Momo's here, and I just got a question for you, Momo.
Yeah.
Piggyback off Scooter's call. I believe the Lakers have an open roster spot. Do you think it's possible that we go maybe after Danny Green or Isaiah Thomas? Because we started off the season bragging about our depth, and 7 games in, we have them. So
I like that Danny Green call.
For desperate measures.
Yeah, it's a good call on Danny Green. He played pretty well for the Sixers before they had to cut him as part of that Harden trade.
Right.
I think he'll find a home someplace. Obviously, he had a good year with the Lakers. They won a championship with him here.
Sure.
He's a good shooter. I think the only question with him is health. Like, is he still okay after that pretty devastating knee injury he had? He looked okay to me in the preseason. I think he can still play a little bit.
Here's the 3-point shooting so far this year.
Mm-hmm.
AD 42%. LeBron,
How many shots?
it's not a lot of shots.
No. Okay.
LeBron is at 32%. D'Angelo is at 27%. Austin's at 31%. Taurean Prince is at 38%. Christian Wood's at 41%.
Yeah, it's good.
Reddish, the guy who took the shot that would potentially win the game last night, 15% from 3, as you said
1
earlier.
5.
So they do have an issue. They've got bright spots there, and I do think that Austin Reeves is going to return to form. I think that D'Angelo Russell is going to shoot well this year. I still feel confident he's going to do that, and it's going to make a difference. But you're right. Right now, three-point shooting is awful.
So Rui Hachimura is still out and hasn't even played that. If any, did he play early in the season? I think maybe a little bit.
I think he played one game.
But he was starting to find his three-point shot last year a little bit more, and you still don't have Gabe Vincent, who's supposed to be a good three-point shooter, but he's been in and out. He was injured before the season started, and then he got injured again, so we don't know what he has.
Vando can hit some threes, but hasn't played at all.
Can sometimes hit some threes.
He had that game against Dallas.
Yeah.
That one game.
That was always his issue, is that he just couldn't hit that three with regularity. But if he did, then kind of watch out. So you have Taurean Prince and Vando that would hopefully be able to do that.
And some of this stuff is fluke. Like Gabe Vincent is 1 for 14 from three. Now he's going to make threes.
Eventually.
Yeah, he's going to make threes.
New city, new team.
Yeah,
He's got to find his way.
Yeah. Let's get one more in here. 206 call of the day is, I like this. Jesse. Jesse from L.A., good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, guys. Hey,
Ooh, that's a voice.
Quick question.
Yeah.
If about 10 to 15 games from now, maybe even 20, AD's still kind of doing what he's doing right now, is it out and the Sixers aren't doing great, is it at all possible that we probably trade AD for Embiid?
It's not a bad suggestion in terms of, what each team would need, but I think the Sixers are a long ways away from even thinking about that. Like, I think they're not 10 to 15 bad games away from that. They're like a whole season or two.
Well, I mean, they're
5-1.
Start. They're 5-1. Yeah,
they're playing really well. So
and the AD part of it, Jesse, are you not happy with what you're seeing from AD?
I've never been happy with AD, in all honesty. Like, I tell my buddies at work all the time, like, we're stuck with him. Every year it's if he stays healthy, if I'm tired of the ifs. So tired of the ifs.
I mean,
look at him now, like.
I know what you're saying. I think Anthony Davis has somehow become underrated as a player, even though he's a really good player because he's gotten hurt so much.
Yes.
And so that factors into people's evaluation of him, even though he's really good player. Like he's top 10 player in the league. Embiid's the MVP. He just put up 48 points last night. Like he's amazing. And personality wise, Joel Embiid in LA would be the next Shaq. Like he would be amazing in Los Angeles, but they don't get traded. Players like that don't get traded very easily in the NBA. Like, if they were ever to entertain the idea of trading Embiid, it would take a lot more than just Anthony Davis. Like, even as good as Anthony Davis is, they would want 4 or 5 first-round picks. They would want young players who are that would be a full rebuild for Philly, right? That's not a let's swap one star for another. That's we're going to get 4 or 5 first-round picks. We're going to get a 1 or 2 good young players, and then a vet who makes a lot of money to make the salaries work.
Right.
And that would be a full rebuild. And I don't think Philly's anywhere close to thinking that way yet.
And also, the biggest point was that it's about his health, about AD's health, right?
Yeah.
Embiid doesn't stay healthy per se.
Well, that was earlier in his career.
He has never played more than 68 games in his career, and that was one time.
Right, but in this day and age.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pretty good.
I'm counting on AD for 55. If we get 55 out of AD, that's pretty good.
They already, the new policy is working. The play 65 games to be eligible for postseason awards. I think it's already working because the LeBron and AD have played back-to-backs already.
Yeah.
They've already played way more than I think they would have. There's 2 or 3 teams that I think are strategically resting guys already. That Phoenix looks like they're resting guys.
Yeah, guys have back injury.
Now I actually think Beal does have Beal and Booker are hurt, but at the beginning it looked like they were not. Like they were just resting or being cautious. But for the most part, guys are playing.
Yeah. But don't you think it's a pretty good number if you get given injury potential?
65.
I think if you get 55 out of AD, you're happy.
No, you need more than that.
You do?
For what he makes and for as important as he is.
I need 65 out of LeBron.
You need 65 out of AD. You have to. He's too good, and he's the young guy. Like, he's the one who should be the workhorse.
But don't you think at the end of the day, LeBron will have played more games than Anthony Davis this year?
Yeah, although it's usually pretty close.
They were in the ballpark last year.
Yeah, they were pretty close, a couple games apart.
Yeah. A couple of things in the Mason and Ireland Mafia. Reese's Pieces are elite. Come on now. That's JC.
They're absolutely not. They don't even taste like a Reese's. No. They're the worst of the Reese's.
Peanut butter M&Ms are better.
Chrissy tweets,
Not a lie.
Who TF picks Brussels sprouts as a snack forever? LOL. Reese's Pieces, LMAO. Nobody says Reese's Pieces.
They're talking about I do right here.
Yeah, I know. It's such a goofy thing to do. A lot of people reacting to that.
It's saying Reese. The name is Reese, so it's Reese's. It's his. It's a
person's name.
It's
Mr.
person's
Reese.
name. Yeah, it's Reese's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are his pieces.
You're actually arguing with the commercial that plays all the time on
it's like
TV
the cereal,
where they
the
say
Reese's
Reese's.
Puff?
Yeah.
No, it's a Reese's Puff. There's a. Oh,
that's so weird. Brian. So there was something funny. By the way, if you're not in the Mason and Ireland Mafia, you can go to the Communities tab and search Mason and Ireland Mafia. There's always fun stuff going on there. The one thing that came up yesterday that I think is so damn funny is a tweet that we got from let me find this. Oh, yeah, here it is. A tweet that we got from a woman who was visiting in Arizona. She says, catching up on today's show, this is Jackie Diaz, while I'm on vacation in Arizona, and my mom goes, that Bergman guy kind of looks like Bradley Cooper.
I mean,
what's everyone's thoughts? I said, this is going to be a whole conversation on the show tomorrow. So,
and by the way, happy birthday, Jackie Diaz.
Oh, is it her birthday?
Yeah, she said it was her birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Jackie.
Let me look closely at you.
Okay.
All right, get it all in. Here, it's all here right in front of you.
The side profile?
Yeah, you want side? Okay, here we go from the side.
No, it's better from the front.
You want, yeah, well, it's bad side profile. Nose.
Yeah.
It's bad. Yeah.
I
Bradley
see
Cooper.
when she's...
I don't see it at all.
I see it.
You see it?
I see it.
Yeah.
You'd have to dye your hair.
Wait a minute. How do you see it? He doesn't look like Bradley Cooper.
I mean, in the best possible light, yeah.
Somebody do some...
It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, I've gotten this before. Whether I believe it or not, I've gotten this before.
Who?
It's been a thing.
But you don't look like Bradley Cooper.
Apparently I do.
Do you think he
I'm
looks
gonna
like
take
Bradley
it.
Cooper?
You think
Brad?
I'm going to
No,
go with...
I don't think so. I look more like that crypto guy than he looks like.
No,
you look like the
Brian
crypto guy.
does look like Sam Bankman-Fried.
You really
right?
do. You totally do. Like, you should play him in the movie.
Like you
Next
could
Halloween,
have
I
a
got
crypto heist and nobody
Yeah,
would question it.
absolutely.
Yeah, he does have that Sam
I mean,
Bankman-Fried
like,
thing
you don't
going
look
on.
like John Slattery, but...
Not really.
He does.
But he could play you in the movie.
You know what? I'm playing in a celebrity poker tournament with John Hamm, so I'm like one
You're
step
getting close.
away from John Slattery.
You're playing in the poker tournament with John Hamm.
Yeah, with
All
John
right.
Hamm. Yeah, I'm listed as one of the famous people.
So
What?
you're saying-
Yeah.
This
so
is
you're
amazing.
saying Bradley Cooper can play me in the movie.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
sure.
there you go.
Sure.
I'm all in.
Of course.
I mean, look, we want people to go to this movie.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
If I'm in the movie, no one's going.
Okay, Momo, coming up next.
You said it.
Coming up next,
did.
I am
Not
taking
me.
a big writing project.
Oh, boy.
I am taking this thing on, and I need your help.
Oh,
Don't
are you
me.
sure? Because
I'm
I
not
write
sure.
long.
I'm not sure.
you know.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
You don't
coming
even
up-
know my
Coming
process.
up
Oh.
next. No, I can't even imagine what your process is. All right, it's time to talk about Mirror Audio Video in Westwood. You know, the only thing better than watching your favorite teams is watching them on your brand new 98-inch Samsung 4K QLED TV from Mirror Audio Video in Westwood. So lucky that you are listening to the Mason and Ireland show right now, because right now, right here, you can get the 98-inch Samsung 4K QLED Q80C series for the lowest price on the planet. Picture that will blow you away. Comes with incredible Dolby Atmos object tracking sound. The best part, you can get this TV right now. You can get it right now delivered for free. So here's how this works. Right now, be one of the first three, only three, to get through and buy the brand new 98-inch Samsung QLED. It is yours. How about, it would be $7,500. How about $4,499 for a 98? Are you kidding me? First three only. After the three go, the deal is done, and this sales price is gone forever. Ready? Call now. 310-234-4010. That's 310-234-4010. 310-234-4010. And good luck from Mirror Audio Video. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Quarter after 2 o'clock in the Southland on a live imaging Tuesday with Mason and Ireland. Momo sitting in for John. We played disco. That's what Mason wanted.
Yeah, let's do it. It's like Studio 54 in
Oh,
here.
I would have died at Studio 54.
Yes, you would have. We all might
Absolutely.
have.
1979 New Year's Eve.
Oh,
I would have
my
been
God.
dead.
Oh, God. Can you imagine? Morales and Andy Warhol.
Oh, I would have been upstairs.
Cher.
I would boys,
Cher.
girls, everybody. I would have been up there.
Everybody.
Basquiat.
Wouldn't it be cool to have been there just one night?
Yes.
Just to be there one night to
Yes.
see what that scene was like.
What would you have worn?
Well, this shirt would have been unbuttoned to here.
Yes, correct.
A lot of chains.
Yep.
A lot of things in my pockets.
Yep.
A couple straws.
Yep.
Because you need that.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're just going to bump
Couple
it.
of straws.
Unless you're just going to bump it.
Razor blade.
No.
Little mirror.
You got to get it all packed. Maybe.
That
Sunglasses.
stuff is bad, by the way. Kids, that stuff is
Yeah.
bad. Don't even joke about it.
Yeah.
The chains or the disco?
Yeah, the disco. The disco.
No, it would have been amazing. I want to find a club or something that replicates Studio 54. I know there's a disco club down in downtown LA that just
there?
opened. I think it's in Little Tokyo.
The thing about me is, and people are surprised by this, is how good a dancer I am.
I would be surprised too.
It's surprise when we go to the disco club to dance. You'll see.
Are we
Okay,
going
so
to a
here's the
disco
thing.
club?
I think this is a double negative.
Meaning what?
Here's the thing people would be surprised to find how good a dancer I am.
That's not a double negative.
I don't think anybody would
It's
be
saying
surprised
I'm
by
a great
that. I
dancer.
think you'd be a great dancer.
I am
You do?
I'm a really good
Yeah.
dancer. I'm not as
Really?
good as Bergman. Bergman's the official dancer of
Well, he
710
showed us that
ESPN.
earlier last
That was a
summer in
mistake.
the Sunset Room.
That was a mistake.
Oh,
you know
that
what? I
was
will never
wild.
think of you the same way.
Me either. I thought you came across as cool.
He broke it out.
Yeah.
I can dance.
Yeah,
I just don't
no, clearly.
choose to do it without lots
Like,
and
listen,
lots of
you're a
alcohol.
Jewish guy from the San Fernando Valley.
Right,
I
should
grew
not be
up
able
with
to-
you.
yeah, should not-
Like, I
should
grew
not
up
be
with
able to
all
do
of
that.
you.
Absolutely.
And, like, those were actual moves.
Yeah.
Most,
Got rhythm.
Most are,
Check.
like, kind of.
Now, did you practice
shoulder
those
shift
in
or
a
something.
dance?
No. I
Did you
don't-
put together a routine?
No.
No, it wasn't
It's
a
just-
routine.
it's- You just go out there. You feel the music, and you,
You
go
gotta-
out there, and you have to.
You gotta feel
That's
the
it.
music.
If you got rhythm, you feel the music.
Greg's got a great feel for
Hey.
the music.
You saw it.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it.
Feel.
I saw it up
yes,
close.
right.
Oh, my God.
It was right there in front of me.
It was impressive. It was impressive.
I mean, like, burned some
Just remember
calories,
that.
too. I mean, it was
So, Momo,
a workout.
Momo,
Yeah,
I
oh,
got
yeah,
asked.
I hurt my back, dude.
Did you?
I got the end of it. I was like holding my back. It was bad.
So I got invited by Matthew
Yeah.
Berry, and when I say invited, I mean I sort of leaned on him a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
He, you know, his love-hate column.
Yeah.
There's always like a personal story.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Above, I love this guy, I hate this guy, start, sit, all that stuff.
It's so long.
Matthew-
You think I write long?
So Matthew has written this for years.
It's like 10,000 words every week.
Matthew says
You got to earn that money, man.
Matthew says it's a lot, and he's going to start using guest
No,
columnists.
don't do it. Don't do it.
Why?
Don't do it.
Why?
You're going to embarrass yourself.
How?
You're not a columnist.
Sure I am.
I
I
think
can
he
write
could,
stuff.
I think he could write, but I think it's a lot of work.
It is
and
a lot
you
of
don't
work.
know fantasy.
No, it's
stuff
not
like
about
he does.
fantasy. It's a personal story.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with fantasy.
So what's the personal story like? Give me an example.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Well, okay, so I'll tell you one that Matthew did that is great.
Okay.
He did one where he wrote about when he was a kid being bullied and what that did to him and what that meant to him and how
Okay.
he wrote it when Richie Incognito had come out, as you know, that whole story
Yeah.
came out. So he wrote that, but it's a personal story. It's not I would play, Tony
Yeah.
Pollard this week. It's not that. It's a personal story that goes above all that. Now, why do you think I can't do that?
Nah, I don't see you doing it.
Oh, I can totally do it.
I don't see it.
How long are these things normally? These stories?
Bergman, do we have a length on the stories?
I don't know. Why,
No,
why would
I don't
you-
know.
I think you should absolutely do it. I thought you were talking about
I'm
writing
not
the
Matthew
love-hate
Berry.
thing.
Oh, no, because if you ever read
That's
it,
way too long.
It's a personal story. that
I've
goes
never
above
made it that far down.
Really?
It's really a long column.
What's your personal story going to be?
I don't know.
I think it exposes you to a different audience.
Yes.
I think it's good for your brand.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
And if people aren't interested, they just won't read that
Yeah,
part.
I'm going to write about the Culture Pop podcast.
Nope, don't
You
do
can't-
that.
No, it's got to be a story of your youth.
It's a story. I've got stories.
It's got to be about your dad.
About my dad?
Yeah, something
How
like
you
that.
guys used to walk through the high grass and eat wild blueberries.
Yeah, that never happened. My dad was at a bar.
What's the movie
while
that
we were
Arnold
eating
Schwarzenegger
blueberries.
says that in? It's a Schwarzenegger drop. He said how we used to eat. If you search blueberries,
By the way,
Arnold
the Schwarzenegger
Schwarzenegger.
doc is really good, though.
The
It is.
Schwarzenegger doc is fan. I came
Yeah.
away with such a
Me too.
new added
of him,
new
yeah.
view of.
And I did like the Beckham doc too.
I haven't watched that yet.
The Beckham doc was really good. I
really liked it.
Now there's a Sly doc. There's a Sylvester Stallone
Really?
doc. Yeah.
I'd watch that.
That's supposed to
me
be
too.
really,
Yeah, I'll watch
really
that.
good. You come away, I read a story today. It said you come away again with a completely different impression of Sylvester Stallone, who, by the way, was a ballsy guy when he was coming up. I mean, Stallone wrote the screenplay for Rocky.
And he had to get it made.
And they came to him and said, yeah, we'll do it,
Yeah.
but we want to use a different actor. And Sly said, absolutely not. I'm going to play Rocky. And they went around and looked for a director until finally the studio said, okay, John Avildsen directed the thing, and Stallone became a star. But that thing could have easily gone the other way. He could have sold that screenplay, made a bunch of money on it, and not have become a star.
Or not sold the screenplay.
Or not sold it at
It
all,
wasn't
yeah.
like immediately they said this is a hit.
You had to work hard to get that done. It's,
Yeah.
you know, the Italian stallion days.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't think I can write, huh, Morales?
Not really, no.
I think you can write it.
Have you ever
definitely
watched?
write.
Have you watched him write? He pounds. He looks
yes,
like
I
Kermit
have.
with the
He does
typewriter.
look exactly like Kermit in a lot of ways.
There's all kinds of writing samples of me online.
I think you
Are
can
there
totally
really?
write.
I swear to God
No,
there
there's
are.
not.
I swear to
Yeah.
God.
Find one.
I'm going to find him.
You sent me one once, and I read it.
Yeah.
You were like, did you know that I used to do this one day? And then you sent me examples, and I was like, oh, okay.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was okay.
A story
Good.
of a story of
It was
youth.
good.
A story of youth and blueberries by Steve Mason.
Okay.
Did you find the drop yet in there, Brian? Hit it. Just hit it while he tries to find it.
I remember days like this when my father took me into the forest and we ate wild blueberries.
Oh, it's so creepy. He sounds like the big bad wolf.
That is.
Like luring some children into the forest.
With a mustache like that.
Oh, don't do it with the mustache.
No mustache. Did you find anything?
I found the
I
story.
want to hear it.
This found
Give me
the
the
story.
Oh, man.
Give me the Forrest Gump music. It's in wide orbit. The feather song.
Well, this is actually, they're quoting me. Does that count?
Are they quoting what you wrote?
Yes. Ocean's
Okay.
13 is turning out to be an unlucky number for George Clooney and company as this season's fourth three-peat opened to a softer
Why are
than
you going so fast?
anticipated
Slow down, slow down.
$12.4 million on Friday. Steve Mason at Fantasy Moguls, who had predicted a franchise best of $50 million, has lowered his weekend prognostication to
Look at that.
$34.3 million, which means the latest installment featuring Pacino with a Trump-style orange hair would finish behind Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 11.
Do you have anything that you wrote that's like about your life?
Never.
Oh.
I wrote about movies. I always wrote about
you did?
movies. Yeah, completely. You don't know this? There was a point where I was like
Yeah.
the box office guy.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
When was
you
this?
totally sent me this once.
Yeah, no, I was the box office guy.
Did you ever write about the movie where Schwarzenegger talks about blueberries?
Never did. Never wrote about that one. It's a good one, though.
Steve Mason writes about movies.
Exactly. So,
My father took me to the forest and we ate wild blueberries.
What is this from?
It's from I don't know what movie it's from.
Conan, I think. That's
Is
what
it
it says
from
on
Conan?
YouTube.
Is
yeah.
it?
It's Conan the Barbarian.
yeah,
Oh my God.
that's very funny.
Okay, well then lean
You should
on
definitely put that in the drop
lean
folder.
lean on Matthew Berry. Get him to put you in there. But what are you going to write about?
Wait, but Mace, Tortuga says just pick a White Lotus episode for the column.
So good.
That's so funny.
You know
I
what you
love
could
that.
you know what you could write about.
What?
Yeah, hit me the music again. The Forrest Gump.
The Forrest Gump music?
Yeah, the feather song. One time, my on-air partner and friend, John Ireland, was going to get fired. And I didn't tell him until 30 seconds before he got fired. It was deep inside of me that I wanted my own
God.
show called
Really?
The Steve Mason Show.
Really?
Hit
You're
the drop.
doing this to
Hit the
me?
drop.
Okay.
Mason. It would be 6 months later that everybody realized it wasn't a great idea. And John Ireland would be welcomed back in what seems like a lifetime contract because corporate Greg can't get rid of him.
We were on a break.
A story by Steve Mason.
Yes.
And then you just throw in blueberries for no reason.
For no reason.
Father took me to the forest and we ate wild blueberries.
I am going to find a real writing
Listen,
sample.
I want you to write about when you were on a break.
Yeah.
When you went around the world and you
That's
went
actually a great
Yes.
That is a great story.
idea.
That is a great story.
when you were like a yoga.
When I went to Africa and I
Yeah.
did yoga, I learned to be a yoga. That's really good. That was
I like
a
it.
midlife crisis. It
And
was
then
a good
just
one.
It's
throw
always
in
good fodder.
Throw in the lyrics from Africa by Toto and see if anybody notices.
And a White Lotus story. Why the hell not?
You know what? That's like your challenge. You got to work in blueberries,
Blueberries.
some part of a White Lotus episode,
Okay.
And Toto lyrics.
And Toto lyrics.
I think that can be done.
I think so too.
The story does go to Africa, so the Toto lyrics make perfect sense. All right. You gave me a good idea. I like that. Bergman, you like that?
I'm all in.
The midlife crisis, running off to Africa?
Yes, if you can actually do all those things and put all three in.
Blueberries.
Is this
Toto lyrics.
Toto's Africa.
And some version of the White Lotus.
And some version of White Lotus.
Something that happened that's a callback.
By the way, this is great when we give something to Sedano because he's a professional broadcaster who knows exactly what he's doing. It's easy for I am not a professional writer, so trying to write 2 blueberries is very difficult.
Sedano has texted us saying, Mace, you know writing is really hard, right? Hashtag blueberries.
Actually, I think that drop might have started on Sedano's old overnight show.
Oh, is that right?
And I think
blueberries
My father took me into the forest.
we stole it to the morning show.
We
We took
ate
it from
wild
him.
blueberries.
The Fox morning show back then.
Man.
Oh, that's funny.
We all go way back.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Momo, I will run this by you, this story by you before I run it.
In fact,
by
I think in
anybody
my
else.
office at Fox, I remember a young Sedano coming in and going, "What's going on over there at that ESPN station? Did they really pick Steve Mason over John Ireland?"
Did he really?
I think so.
Yeah.
And then handed you blueberries?
By the way, can I? Okay, you guys bring this story up, and you've totally mischaracterized exactly what happened.
Did you know that he was going to get fired? Yes or no? It's real simple.
No, it's not.
And I know people.
It's not as
not
you want it
simple.
to be simple. It's not simple. They came to me and said, "This is what we're doing."
Right.
And I said, "Okay."
Did you?
I
ask
have
them,
no choice.
Did you ask them what the future plan was once they did this?
They told me what the future plan
and
was.
a little part of you kind of went, "Oh, I like
well,
that."
let me ask you this: do you think it's fair for an employer to tell you somebody is going to be fired before they're
not
actually
fair.
fired?
Now there's actually rules about that.
It was
so no.
terrible management
Yes.
on the part of those people who were running
Correct.
the station back then
Yeah.
because they put me in a terrible situation. And by the way, Ireland will tell you himself the reason he's back is because I worked his way back.
Well, you had to. I mean,
I wanted him.
If we ever find those air checks of the old Mason
The show was good.
Ah.
But wait a minute. What do you think we're doing right now? This is kind of the Mason show right now.
But you have John here, and then when you don't, you have Momo here.
Correct.
You have Corporate Greg and me and Brian.
I had Fred Rogan and the Kamenitskis.
See, you led me right there, so you can get that in.
there's
That was
just-
good.
Yeah.
You led me down the road,
Exactly.
and boom, you hit me with that.
All right.
Fred's still on the air over there?
I don't even know.
I think
I've
so.
lost track. Lincoln Riley finally fired Alex Grinch on Sunday. But was it all his decision? We'll talk about that coming up next. Momo is in for Ireland. We got What's Up, Fool coming up also. Yeah, he's funny. No.
Coming
Not
outside
anymore.
the line, so it'll do much.
Man of his time.
It was.
I never.
2:30 in the Southland on a live imaging Tuesday. By the way, let's talk let's talk about Friday. We're going to shake our booties at Black Gold Golf Club, the inaugural ESPN LA Veterans Day Golf Tournament presented by our friends at Subaru. Subaru, it's what makes love a Subaru. Love is what makes Subaru a Subaru. I know Kaplan is driving in, and he's going to give me a hard time that I just butchered that. So we can't send the client the air check. And now he's going to say that was small market.
Just
You want to do it again?
Just do it
No,
over.
I'm not going to do it over.
Ready?
Just redo it.
No,
One,
I'm not.
Redo it like
three,
professional. Go.
I'm not.
Do it.
I'm not.
Do it.
Because I want to give him, I make fun of him doing a San Diego show and call him a small market.
Well, he's done the Cappy Cast. It's a cute little show down there.
Down
in
there.
the South.
So I screwed up the read. You give it to me, Cap.
That's all right.
Anyway,
What a
join
big
us
deal.
Friday. We're going to be
I
broadcasting
screw
live.
up every read, so.
That's true. Presented by our friends at Subaru. Now, here's the thing.
Yes.
The tournament's been sold out for quite a while. But if you are a veteran and you would like to golf on Friday, go to our Instagram page or Twitter, at ESPN Los Angeles. The tweet or the little picture is pinned, and you can see it's Black Gold Golf Club, Veterans Day Golf Tournament. I think all you have to do is send us your golf swing and tell us you want to play Friday. And you could be joining us for our golf tournament on Friday, presented by Subaru.
Oh,
okay?
very nice.
Plus, we'll be broadcasting live on the 18th hole balcony. You can come on out and just hang with us from 1 to 5:30 p.m. Cappy, corporate Greg Bergman, producer Lindsay Baseball, myself, and you. Not you personally.
Yeah, not me personally. That's the end of the streak.
That's the end of the streak.
Yeah.
That's it.
58 shows as of Thursday.
How's it going to feel?
It's going to be relief. It's going to be a relief. I don't know if I'll ever commit to doing 3 consecutive months of.
Oh, man, 3 consecutive work months.
I know.
I think you're going to be telling stories about those 3 months for years to come.
No, because I'm going to start another streak.
Remember when I did 58 straight shows?
Yeah.
I'm doing another streak in the
you're
spring.
like Roger Maris over there.
Yeah, I'm doing another streak in the spring.
Call him Cal Ripken.
Yeah, seriously.
Kids, you remember when I did 58 straight shows and
How
was
about that?
obscenely paid for them?
I wish I was obscenely paid.
Here's the thing: never mess with other people's money.
Oh, I do it all the time on the air.
Yeah,
it's a good bit.
He does. It's a funny bit.
Like anytime Kaplan makes fun of me, I go, "Hey, your contract's not long enough for that joke, bud."
Oh. So speaking of money, I'm going to use this as a point to pivot
Go
to
ahead.
Lincoln Riley and Alex Grinch.
Oh yeah, he gets paid.
Okay. So obviously fired.
Yep.
Or relieved of his duties, I think is the way they phrased it, Alex Grinch.
Well, I don't know why people have to use that language.
Not just because firing's
relieved of his duties.
Relieved
I guess
of
he
his
is relieved.
duties.
Yeah, it's probably sucked for him.
So this is one little nugget that came out of this that it jumped out at me.
Uh-huh.
One source close to the program told ESPN that pressure from 2 of USC's biggest donors played a factor in the timing of the move, but when asked Monday if anyone else had any input on the decision to fire Grinch, Riley shot the notion down. It was my decision. I think somebody finally told Lincoln Riley, you're not the king of football in LA. You cannot go on with this guy as your defensive coordinator. And if rich alumni start saying, hey, I'm not going to make the donations that I promised.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give any money to the university or to the football program. That's got to get Lincoln Riley's attention, and maybe somebody finally shook him up. Whereas maybe the athletic director could have said it, the new AD could have said, "Hey, defense is a problem." In the end, it was 2 rich guys who give money to the university who helped determine Lincoln Riley firing Alex Grinch.
I'm just so cynical.
Cynical of what?
So the way I read that was publicly he will say it was my decision and I want to stand behind that because it's like Game of Thrones. If you're going to off somebody, you swing the sword yourself.
Correct.
Okay?
Yeah.
But that little detail being in there also lets his friend Alex Grinch know, I had to do it.
Yeah, but he could have said that to him.
I'm sure he did.
I'm sure he said,
I'm sure he did.
These guys are breathing
How do you
down
think
my neck.
details like that get out there?
These guys with all this money breathing down my neck. I've got to get rid of you.
Okay. When there's a leak, when there's a source,
Yes.
when it's usually who benefits the most from that information being out there.
Mm-hmm.
So who benefits the most from that being out there?
I
Those
don't
2
know.
donors?
Donors, I think.
Those donors benefit even though they're not named?
Don't you think?
To say we're in charge, we're more important?
Yes.
Okay, that's one theory. Another theory is Lincoln Riley because it makes it look like he can save face with his friend.
Oh, so you're saying Lincoln Riley can say, sorry, Alex, these guys are going to pull their money. I have no choice but to get rid
It's
of
a
you.
little like that whole thing that we were talking about with the Steve Mason show.
What about, why do we always
I didn't
talk
mean
about
to
the
bring
Steve
it up, but
Mason
it does
show?
fit.
It was such a good show.
I mean, they told you, like, and this is not a question or discussion. This is what's
Correct.
going to happen.
This is what's going to happen.
And then you didn't have much time or ability to do anything about it. And so
Yes.
5 minutes before, you kind of gave him a little, like,
Heads up. Trouble.
Yep. But, like, that information in the telling of the story makes you look good. I think. Because there was nothing you could have done about it.
Right.
And then when you could do something about it, you did it. But if you leave that part of the information out, it just kind of looks like you sat back and watched your friend get whacked, right? Like,
correct.
So that's why Lincoln Riley might not mind that being out there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think
He's kept him on because he's his friend.
But he shut it down when he was asked about it. It's like, I made the decision.
I know, he
it's
has
like,
to say
no,
that.
somebody finally told Lincoln Riley, here, this is what you need
Yeah,
to do.
does that make him look good? That he's not really the king of LA football? That he's not really as powerful as
Does
he
that
thinks
make
he is?
him feel good?
No, it doesn't make him feel
Doesn't.
good.
No. Somebody finally said enough.
Wants to put him in his place.
Right. And that's what I take from the story, is that these two rich donors said, hey, you're the head coach, but you got to get rid of that defensive coordinator or we're pulling our money.
Why did he keep him employed for so long? Why did he keep him? He's been with him at every stop. He's a friend.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's hard to fire a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to even watch bad things happen to your friend.
And yet,
as you have talked about with John.
Correct.
Like it was hard. That was not your choice.
It was terrible.
There was nothing you could have. I believe you when you say that because I know your relationship and I know who you are as a person. And like I believe that they are friends and this just makes this go down easier in their friendship. Like they'll go on being boys. Like they'll go on being friends.
Yes. But you're saying it's because he was able to lay it off on the rich donors?
Just want to let him know that that wasn't my call. Like I did it because I kind of had to.
How about you gave up 101 points in 2 weeks? Is that not enough to say, hey, you're my friend, but time to find another place?
Yeah, I mean, it's
101 points
business.
in 2 weeks.
It's pretty bad.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and that's there. I mean, the scene of Caleb Williams and his mom, and the watching the season, and the reason he came back drift away is kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Just wasted a generational talent.
I had to fire a really good friend one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they deserve it?
No, not at all.
Oh, so it was just like a layoff.
My general manager, I was a program director, and my general manager said, we got to get rid of the music director, the guy who actually picked all the music going in. Really good friend of mine. He lives out here now. His name is Trey Alexander, and great guy. But I had to fire him, and it's a terrible, terrible feeling to have to fire somebody who you really, really like,
especially if they didn't deserve it.
So I empathized with Lincoln Riley.
Yeah,
but in the end, thank God he did it. Even if it took outside pressure, thank God he did it.
Would it have made it easier if he deserved it? If he sucked?
If who sucked?
If like your friend that you had to fire?
Yeah, that would be different.
Yeah,
that would be different. I thought he was doing a really good job. The general manager said no.
Yeah,
I had to make a change.
Did you let him know that it was not your call?
Yes, I did.
See.
Well, what else are you going to say? I wouldn't fire you, but the guy that I work for says I have to.
But then publicly you said this was my decision.
No, I publicly said this wasn't my decision. This was the boss's decision. All right, coming up next.
What I'm getting at.
Coming up next, I see what you're getting at. Coming up next, we're going to do some What's Up, Fool. Bergman's got stuff. Producer Brian's got stuff. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
I'm not in the Mason
I will
Ireland Mafia.
I don't know why you're not in
You
the
can't
Mason
let me back.
Ireland Mafia.
Once you
still
bought
I'm not in?
I'm still not. You can't get it back.
I don't know how to get him back.
I
in.
think what you should do is just tear that one up and
No,
start a new one.
Not going to do that.
You only got like 4 people in there. They'll join the new one.
Whoa.
No, 4 active people.
No, untrue.
Well, I'm not in it.
Yeah, many active people.
A lot of actives.
By the way, most people think I'm going to write my column for Matthew Berry using ChatGPT, which would be easy.
I believe the general Crypto Ray said that, right?
Yeah. All right.
Most people.
Hold on.
What are you going to do?
I'm just going to set it up.
Okay. Set it
Quarter
away.
before 3 o'clock in the Southland. It is a live imaging Tuesday presented by East Central Hotel with Mason and Ireland. Momo here. Okay. It is 2:45 around there. You know what we do. Time for What's Up, Fool. Hit the thing.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Take it away, Gaby Gray.
Thanks, Morales. All right, did you see that Craig Counsell is leaving the Brewers and actually moved back to the Cubs? Or not back to the Cubs, he went to the Cubs.
Yep.
Which is an in-division rival that he left to go to. Are you having any problem with this move for Craig Counsell?
I mean,
he was thought to go to the Mets, and he said no.
You know what? I think Craig Counsell is a very accomplished manager. Kept the Brewers in contention multiple years. Didn't make a World Series run, but was very successful there. I mean, I think if you're the Cubs, I was surprised they moved off of David Ross because he looked like a rebuild to me, and he was Mr. Cub. The Mets job made sense to me. That's a pretty good job because they're going to spend money up there. But Craig Counsell is a great manager, and I think the Cubs got a good one.
You left out the most important part of the story.
Which
that
is?
David Ross
Craig
is known-
Counsell is now the highest paid manager in baseball.
Oh, yeah, that too.
$8 million a year.
That's amazing, given the fact that managers have so little control over what's going on in games.
And
here
also,
we go.
he actually hasn't won anything either.
Correct.
He's
Hasn't won
never
anything.
made a World Series.
But you know what? He's got the right stuff.
But Momo, are you going to dispute that? I don't think
puts his hands
managers
way
have
up when
any
he's
control.
at bat.
I think they have a lot of control.
I think they have no control.
Well, when they're really good and win World Series, like Bruce Bochy, they do have a lot of control.
Hall of Fame.
Dusty Baker did exactly what the front office wanted him to do.
Yeah, but you're the
So did
one.
Bruce Bochy.
You're the guy in
Yes.
there every day that is the interface between.
Bochy's a baseball man. I've hung out with him.
Yeah.
He's a baseball man, and he knows how to manage people and personality.
Exactly.
Well, that's what Dave Roberts does well. But he doesn't he didn't crank out the starting lineup every day. That was done by a
But that's
machine.
just a
in the
lineup.
back office.
I don't.
No, we are.
You want me to
gonna
go
do
get that bobblehead for next season and break it right
no,
now?
I'm telling you right now, managers.
I got one for next season. I'm ready
Managers
to
are
trade it
not as important as general managers in Major League Baseball.
Okay,
general
man.
managers make most of the calls.
I think managers matter because they're the one they see
two
and touch.
choices.
That's the way the game is going. It's really, you're not going to have that as old school managers like Bruce Bochy much longer. There's a couple of them still out there, but besides
here's
them,
here's the
you're not
thing.
going to have that anymore.
It takes like 6 people in this building to manage you every day and make sure you're in a good mood and you feel good.
Are you talking to Greg?
No, you.
Oh,
I am like 6 people for Mace.
I know. I disagree with that. Do you think I'm really difficult to manage?
Everybody's difficult to manage.
I'm
Not to manage, to put our arms around you, to coach. To manage is part of it, but to beef up, to make you feel good, you got to go perform. Athletes are the same way. You think Keyshawn had one coach out there? By the way, Key was great back on an ESPN property
was
last
back
night.
on ESPN.
He was out of witness protection for
Are
a
you
night.
back? Are you friends again?
We talked 4 times yesterday.
Oh, that's
We're going to do
great.
a holiday dinner. We're going
Good.
to try to,
Mend.
we're going to try to bring this thing back.
Very good. Very good. I'm happy to hear that.
I like that.
Yeah.
See, the bridge is never
Never
burned.
abandon a friend.
Well, never mind. Go, what do you got, Coach?
What's up, fool?
All right, guys. Speaking of the Mets, Steve Cohen put out a new little teaser today about what they want to do around Citi Field. $8 billion, 50-acre investment, and it's going to have some fields, 20-acre parking. But the thing that got me is they're going to build a Hard Rock hotel with a fully functional casino and sports book right outside of the casino.
Wow.
This thing's gonna
Is Hard
kill.
Rock still a thing?
I guess.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
thought they were all gone.
You know where Citi Field is? It's like right out by the airport.
Yeah.
Fly into JFK.
No,
do you want to
it's
take a cab into the air? Do you want to take a cab into the city or stop by the Hard Rock Casino?
It is
Oh my
totally
God.
killer as a premise, and that guy is going to make absolute bank.
He will make more money at that casino than he will on the Mets.
Yeah. People are betting on everything, except in California. People are betting on everything. That guy's going to be over 35 and a half yards. That guy's going to be an anytime touchdown. That guy's going to go for 13 and a half, whatever it is. People are betting on every single thing now. They're betting on second half, over, under. I mean, all this stuff is brilliant that he's going to make just jack on this thing.
right before you go into the stadium, you know, a couple
I
little
mean, I'm
bets.
just thinking of like a casino within driving distance or subway distance of New York City. Come on.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
We used to go, when I lived in New York, we used to go to the OTBs.
Yeah.
The
What's
off-track
that?
betting. They're little
Oh, yeah,
off-track
yeah.
betting stores, and you would go in, you'd play the ponies for one day.
Yeah, you got to go all the way out to Belmont, right?
No, you wouldn't have to go there. It'd be in the middle of the city. There were
okay.
OTBs, off-track betting.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
OTBs, yo.
Yeah.
So you could bet on the horses at Belmont while you were still in the city. So I used to make a bet every day. I stopped by the
Yeah, why
OTB
not?
for a while and said,
But then you don't get to look at the actual horses. Like, I like to walk through the paddock.
Oh, you should go to Del Mar with Cappy, man.
I love it.
That's
Walk through the paddock and see which one have the high.
Yeah, that's an
But-
amazing. Cappy, we had the best time with Cappy at
I know.
Del Mar.
He's the mayor down there.
Yeah, he really is.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys, I don't know if you saw yesterday or 2 days ago, actually, Vanessa Bryant gifted both USC men's and women's basketball team with the reverse Grinches, Kobe 6 shoes.
Cool.
Just about 2 days after they let go of Alex Grinch. So is this kind of one of those funny coincidences, or do you think Vanessa is a
funny.
little slight dig towards USC?
That's funny, actually. I don't think that has anything to do with Alex Grinch. I think Vanessa is is in touch with the basketball culture, and USC has a women's basketball player who's going to be like one of the best in the country. Her name is Juju Watkins, and she's a freshman and just made her debut. She had like 32 points, so she's probably like in touch with the women's basketball scene.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if I don't attribute what you're saying as having anything to do with.
Yeah, it's a funny coincidence.
It's a funny coincidence,
yeah.
but I don't want to assess sneakiness anywhere here.
Right, okay. Hey.
Yeah.
What's up, fool?
So Shake Shack is putting on a promotion this Sunday, November 12th, for any player that scores to do a chicken dance, and nationwide they'll be giving away chicken sandwiches. So in the NFL this Sunday, somebody's got to do a chicken dance. Any team, any player, and the nation gets free chicken sandwiches.
How many chicken sandwiches are we talking about?
Well,
just one, one per customer.
but unlimited.
Unlimited nationwide.
Unlimited. And who's doing it? What?
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Because I go to Shake Shack for chicken.
You do?
Okay, no.
Oh.
It is kind of more.
I didn't know. I thought maybe.
It's more a burger joint than it is a chicken joint.
That's a good promotion.
There's one at Dodger Stadium in center field. There's a Shake Shack.
Shake Shack's really good.
Yeah.
But you don't go there for the chicken. But
All somebody has to do is do a chicken dance after
Chicken
scoring
dance,
a touchdown, and the entire nation.
Yeah, just one
wins
player,
free chicken
anybody in the
sandwiches.
NFL.
Do you have to cite it? Do you like walk in there and be like, so that guy on the Chiefs did the chicken dance and I want one?
Well, I think
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
be on TV, so people will actually see it, and there'll be like video of it afterwards. So
Yeah.
I think
Somebody's got to do this, though, right?
Somebody
Somebody's gonna see this.
absolutely is going to do the chicken dance so that people can get their chicken. So yes,
Kind
I
of like
say
the
yes.
steal a base, steal a taco.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good promotion though. It's a good. Somebody's going to do it for sure.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys. Psychiatrists say that crying while watching a movie is a sign of emotional strength and not weakness. It says that if you cry, you actually enjoyed or elicited strong emotions successfully. So the movie was trying to elicit strong emotions. So if you cried, you actually, you did what you were supposed to do while watching the movie. So my question to you guys is, are there any kind of movies specifically that, hit that nerve and every time you see it, a dog dies, you cry?
I think it's healthy to cry. I'm not afraid to cry at a movie if it's a good one. Ireland cries at everything.
I cry all the time.
Yeah, I think it's really healthy
Yeah.
to cry. I'm sure you cry a lot, Morales.
I actually don't. My therapist thinks I need to cry more.
You probably do.
Probably.
You probably do. Bergman,
I cried
It means
last-
you're walled off.
I cried last week when I heard Andy on the air again.
Oh, man.
That was a funny joke.
That was funny.
To everybody
3
but
days in a
Andy.
row.
Bergman, do you cry?
I do not cry.
Oh,
See?
right. You don't cry at
No.
anything.
Bergman and I should just sit and cry.
Yeah, we should. We should just have find a way to cry. Because
So
you
what
have-
is it?
I don't know how to do it though.
Do you have
Well, we can
no
put on-
heart,
you can put on
or
some
have you
content.
just locked it away behind so many walls? No,
No,
one can.
it's none of that like deep-seated
No.
nonsense. It just doesn't happen. Like when I do cry, it almost feels fake. I don't feel like it's a real thing.
You're like, what is this? There's water. coming
well,
out
no,
of
so
my
I'm
eyes.
like I'm forcing this. This isn't actually happening.
Wow.
So I haven't cried. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't even know when it happened.
Brian, are you a crier?
Oh, yeah, dog movies, any kind of dog.
dog movies, oh.
Waterworks, baby.
Yeah.
I cried at everything. I cried at the end of the Beckham documentary because
Huh?
it was nostalgic, and he was talking about his last game when he played and how he got teared up on the field in his last game, and I was like, am I crying right now? I'm crying. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
It got me
I cry
there.
this time of year.
Yeah.
I think tears of joy are the best ones to cry, right? So, like Love Actually always makes me cry at the very end because it's happy.
Yeah.
It's happy.
I get a lot of nostalgia cries.
That little kid finally gets to the girl, jumps over the security and gets to the girl and gets a kiss, and everybody's in love except for Laura Linney, who's got a brother who's problems.
Well, and also, what's her face? Emma Thompson.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's very sad for Emma Thompson, too.
Yeah. And Alan Rich.
There's 3 scenes of The West Wing. The greatest TV show ever made, Mace.
Yeah, I know. It's a religious experience.
That I cry at every time I watch it.
Oh, that's nice.
But that's about it.
Which ones? What's the best
we don't
one?
need, well, there's we don't need to get into it.
Why?
I mean, we can.
Yeah, sure.
So there's
What's the best one?
The one.
It's Live Imaging Tuesday.
The guy falls in a whole speech between Leo and Josh.
Okay.
I cry every time.
Yeah.
There's the one where President Bartlett is delivering the speech at the end of the season premiere of the 4th season, the 2nd episode, part 2, where he gives the speech about he went back into the fire, for people that know that.
Yeah.
And cry then.
Yeah.
And then when President Bartlett gives Leo a gift, and it's the napkin that he wrote Bartlett for America for Christmas.
Oh, that was good.
And Leo had just had a tough day. He had to, it doesn't matter. But anyway.
Did you cry when Leo died?
I did cry when Leo died.
Yeah.
So 4. And then Leo starts
Oh,
crying.
spoiler alert. Sorry.
And Bartlett says, with tears in his eyes, and he didn't show a lot of emotion to Leo. They had that sort of deep friendship, but they didn't show.
Stoic kind of thing, yeah.
He says, that was a nice thing you did for me.
Oh.
And he sees that he's crying, so he walks away so that he can cry in his office by himself. And then when Leo dies, it gets me every time.
Yeah.
Greatest TV show ever made.
It's a good show.
We should get together sometime and watch The West Wing together.
That's never going to happen.
We can eat Brussels sprouts.
I saw it. Get some Brussels sprouts and some Chex Mix. Let's get together, watch some
I'll bring
West
string
Wing.
cheese.
You bring string cheese. It's going to be a party.
Yeah.
Party, old party.
Yes. Brian, is that
What's
it?
up, fool?
I got one more for you.
Okay,
here.
good.
So I also saw kind of on that dog, dogs make me cry kind of deal.
Yeah. Yep.
I saw a story that says dogs actually fake sick to get more attention from their owners.
Oh.
And I believe this to be true, but I don't know. Have your guys' dogs ever kind of, fake the little limp? You get a treat. Totally fine.
Fake a limp.
Fake a limp?
I don't think my dog's faking anything.
I don't know that my dog has the ability to fake me out.
No?
Like,
Fake
I
a
don't
limp.
think Veronica, Ron, or Sophie would try
Yeah, a
to
lot of dogs.
fake me out.
Yeah.
Do you think your dog fakes you out?
Oh, I've seen it before. My dog walking. Oh, fakes a little limp. Get back inside the house. Perfectly fine.
Let's go smoke that
Really?
joint.
By the way, I just got a text.
Wait a minute.
What was that drop?
By the way, I just got a text from Stephanie, our office manager,
Hey, Stephanie.
who's just started watching The West Wing again, and about the spoilers.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I think giving us something that happened in a show from 20 years ago
Yeah,
is
it's
not, a spoiler.
anymore.
I think everybody knows Leo dies.
Yeah.
I mean, the actor who played
all
him
I
died,
want- Be happy. She's listening back there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That is true.
That's nice of her.
That's
We had
happening.
We had a big content quiz today in the sales meeting.
Stephanie, it
What
doesn't
does that
happen
mean?
for many
It
seasons.
went really well.
What's a content quiz?
We quizzed them about different things in the content. It actually went better than our Chicago station, where apparently the MCs got 0 answers right.
Did the MCs, our
they-
marketing consultants, get a lot of questions right?
Like half and half, right?
I think they got like 3.
Oh, true answers, 3. But we gave him credit for like half.
Yeah,
it
probably
wasn't
half.
as bad
No,
as
it
Greg
wasn't.
was expecting.
Right.
I was completely positive about the idea and never complained to Sam Pines that it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
I always thought it was a brilliant idea.
That's all real. Everything he's saying true.
Is it 100%
very,
true?
very true statement.
I have texted you guys a
do you
link.
want me to fake a limp for the treat?
Yeah, sure. Get a treat.
Watch out. They sneaky.
Brian's got a sneaky dog. So I texted you a link to a whole bunch of writing that I did. Yes.
Let me
yes.
see. Let me
so
hold
you,
this.
you go look at that. I'm telling you, I've written many, many words. Some would say at one point in my life, I wrote stories as long as Ramona's.
That's not nice.
All right, I'm gonna read you.
It just says, look at this thing. It's stories
Here we
by
go.
Steve Mason.
Okay.
Several sources at competing studios have told me that J.J. Abrams' all-new reboot of Star Trek, which debuted last night at 7 p.m. at many of its 3,849 locations,
Tell you what, why don't
may
you-
have grossed as much as 6.5 to 7.5
I want
million.
stories. I want
Studio
fiction.
honchos are, quote, locked down tight about actual numbers. But that is in the same ballpark as Transformers, which grabbed 8.8 million in its preview starting at 8 p.m. on Monday.
I was a legit box office writer. I wrote about movies for a long time. Don't me. Don't give me the Sedano sigh.
I'm just saying, I want some sort of fiction.
That's what some fiction.
Like I want a story, a short story about your life.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do for Matthew Berry.
Well, I want samples of that.
Oh, wait, this is some analysis.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it next.
Keep
Let's
in
do it
mind
next.
that
Well, why
Paramount...
don't you hold it? Bergman's all worked up about the clock. Hold that. Plus,
I was into the read.
Plus, who is a legit NBA contender and who are the pretenders? I want to put that to Momo coming up next. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 Million Mondays presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play. Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN.
O'clock in the Southland.
Yeah.
On a live imaging Tuesday presented by East Central Hotel. Oh, God, I love this song.
Such a great song.
Mason in Ireland. Momo in for John.
Oh yeah, Morales.
Oh, I pulled out.
Momo, you got a little.
My headphones.
Okay, we're getting like that.
Yeah.
You gotta get a little bounce.
I got to get a longer headphone cable. I pull out of the socket every time when I try to
Hey!
Momo.
Watch your socket.
Momo's being naughty today.
Yes. Momo,
we like naughty Momo.
Everything we say, she's finding some immature.
I'm like 12 inside.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just...
Naughty Momo.
Everybody loves producer Brian's dog.
The one with the limp?
Yeah.
The one with the limp.
Oh, yeah. No, the fake limp.
The fake,
Oh, yeah,
the
fake
limp. This is what JC wrote. My dog. Oh, here is. I fake a limp. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Of course, the Humboldt guy talking about dogs faking out their owners hooked me up with some of that fireweed.
No, that's real.
Let's go smoke that joint.
Yeah. So
you got good stuff that brings me down? That's what I like.
You want stuff that brings you down?
That's all. I do it for anxiety.
Let's get a nice
You want that indica?
I've got tons of indica.
Oh, do you?
Thanks to our friend Chris Ward at the Green Cross.
Chris Ward at the Green Cross.
He hooks me up with the indica. By the way, speaking of indica, look at producer.
Speaking of indica.
Look at BC's hat. It's like, have you ever
Oh,
seen a
nice.
Dodgers
I like
hat
that
in a
one.
rainforest?
I know.
Got
Where's
little humble vibes.
Where did you get this?
I got it as a gift, actually.
I know, but what is the, like, it's a
Dodger
forest edition?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like out in the woods. It's a Dodger logo out in the woods.
It seems like a I feel like, a city edition jersey or something.
It seems like to me.
Yes, the trees.
The pride of Humboldt State. There he is. So did you read any of my... I wrote legit stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
So, by the way, if you're just joining us, explain the bit.
Oh, so Matthew Berry has asked me to write a column for his love-hate. And it's always like a personal story. And these guys are like, you can't write. You have no writing abilities. And then I sent a link to these guys of all the stuff that I ever wrote.
But it's all news-based.
Well, that's what I wrote. I wrote
want
movie news.
Box office was $1.35 million.
Yeah. How about this?
And they didn't do anything for the Trekkies or the Thursday 7 p.m. shows. They're different.
The 10 most underrated performances of 2015.
Are you on there or no?
No, I was properly rated.
Give us a little read.
2015, we were all properly rated back then.
I forget about that bit. What was it? Overrated, underrated,
properly rated.
That's right.
Hold on, say it again, Greg.
Overrated, underrated, or properly rated.
Properly rated. Properly rated.
Properly.
Why did that bit go away?
It wasn't.
It didn't go away. It turned into overrated, underrated. And then it turned into Big Deal or No Deal.
Oh, yeah.
And then it turned into Swipe Left or Swipe Right.
No. Big Deal or No Deal is still around.
Yeah, I know they
are.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, so...
I want you to write fiction. Write something fiction.
I'm supposed to write something personal,
Give
not
me
fiction.
By tomorrow, I want 5,000 words on BC's dog with the limp.
You're not Professor Morales here. It's a fake limp,
right?
by the way.
I would be a great professor. I'd be like Edward James Olmos.
Oh, my God.
Stand and deliver.
Yeah, that's you.
I get the big glasses.
Oh, yeah. That was a great movie.
Amazing. Didn't he win an Academy Award for it?
I was up for it.
Or he was nominated?
Didn't win.
Who won that year instead of him?
You
should know. Write about it.
I think I wrote an article about that. So Momo,
I think you'd be more like J.K. Simmons in Whiplash.
Oh, that's a deep pull.
No,
that's
I
not
think
a deep
you'd be a
pull.
fun
That's not
teacher.
that deep a pull.
I didn't know how deep it was, but I just said deep pull.
No, are you
J.K.
dragging or are you...
Yeah,
Don't laugh, Momo. Don't laugh.
How's it go? Are you dragging or are you rushing or dragging?
Rushing or dragging,
Rushing
yeah.
or dragging.
Yeah, he was a crazy person.
Oh, he was
and that's who
insane.
you'd
Well, depending on the day, John's the one dragging.
Okay, I'm gonna take this into a serious
Golf
place.
days?
A serious place. Momo's going to do it. A serious.
Would you
place.
like some writing advice?
I mean, Momo is
Of course.
I will give
compensated
you-
writer.
You write way more than I do.
Yeah. Okay. The best piece of writing advice I got was from a teacher. He teaches out here in WeHo. His name is Jack Graves.
Okay.
And he's a sort of a guru. He's still like 70s
Writing
or
guru?
80s. Yeah, writing guru. Lots of people take his class.
Really?
Yes. It's a real thing. Look it up.
Oh, no, I believe you.
Okay. And the thing he taught me was when you write the truth, like when you write, the guts of the story, something very embarrassing, when you tell something really, you may not even want to go there because you're worried of what people will think of you. People do not see you, they see themselves.
People.
When you really go there, when you really open it up,
Yep.
and you really get into the guts of a story and into the scene, and like if you're talking about your midlife crisis and you really go there, like open up and see me, here's who I am.
Right.
They won't actually see you, they see themselves because it's universal.
Oh,
you see,
that's good.
Don't you journal?
If you,
I do not journal.
You should journal.
I know people. Do you journal?
I do.
Oh my God,
I journal a
that
lot.
book.
if you like hide,
That book is scary.
under what influences? if you don't write the truth, if you kind of hide or you try to shape things or try to tell a spin or whatever, people see you, not themselves.
Oh,
Yeah, you see, like that
heavy.
one. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
He gets paid a lot of money for those.
Yeah, I'm
classes.
sure.
You should take the classes.
I should.
It is a really
Can I
big.
get a rush?
You can do it on Zoom.
Rush job. I got to write this thing in 2 weeks.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah. Well,
But
I'm gonna
Just
crank
write.
something
Just write
out.
like you talk. Tell the story. Record yourself talking and transcribe it,
That's too much work for
and
me.
then write through.
It's a lot of work. I have such a busy schedule. Like I go nonstop. Like when I leave, it's just like one thing after another. I've got nonstop meetings and places to go and people to see and podcasts to do and all that stuff.
Nobody believes that.
right into your hot tub.
I do wind up in the hot tub.
By the way, while I was sick for 10 days,
yes,
I spent a lot of time in my Whirlpool jet. It's got the jets in it, bathtub.
Nice.
And I took a bath 10 nights in a row, and it was amazing. On Sunday, I just took a bath randomly after the Sunday night game.
Did you get one of those bath bombs?
So I put the vapor. I was using the Vapor Rub crystals.
Yeah.
And then this hemp-based bubble bath
Oh.
to really breathe it all in.
Oh, nice.
But every time I get in the bath and I turn the jets on, I think of you. And I think
There's jets
That
in your
is
bath.
so
well, it's
creepy.
a whirlpool.
Do
It's a
not,
whirlpool.
do not
It's like a
think of me.
jacuzzi. It's like a jacuzzi tub.
Yeah, don't
But I
think
think
of me.
how nice would it be on a summer night that we're in your backyard?
Be disgusting.
I light up a cigar.
You know, we really got to get these things out of here. Because you and I are
No,
both sticking our
'cause I-
fingers in a lot of holes here. I mean, and it's just.
Oh, God.
I mean,
Momo.
look at this.
Come on,
You know?
No, because I use the gun
She
and
don't
I
even
shoot
know what
it.
she's saying.
I shoot it at Cappy, and it just. But I don't shoot.
But how
at
many
him.
people have put their finger in this? Keep going, kid.
It's never stopped me before.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Well, take it
A
off.
lot of germs. I need hand sanitizer.
Take it off. All
But
right,
it's
so
so nice to
can
make
I,
a
can I
point.
do one thing of content here?
Go ahead. I'm gonna leave.
Okay. So I want to do a little NBA. We got Momo here. She's one of the greatest
that away.
NBA resources in the world. So I have got an article from The Athletic. It is written by Zach Harper.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah, good. So what he did was he separated NBA teams into tiers, okay? So he's got Tier 1, the contenders, Tier 2, the brink of contention, Tier 3, playoff teams, Tier 4, play-in tournament.
Okay.
So if I was to tell you, what are the Tier 1 teams in the NBA? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, according to Zach Harper.
5.
5.
We're going to go Denver Nuggets.
I can help in on this.
Denver Nuggets,
Yeah.
Boston
Denver Nuggets,
Celtics.
Boston Celtics are 2.
He probably put the Bucks there.
The Bucks are 3.
Did he put the Clippers there?
No.
Okay.
Was the Warriors or the
Warriors.
Warriors are 4.
Interesting.
It's probably either the Heat or the Lakers.
No.
No. I mean, the
Did he
Heat are
put the
always
Suns there?
Suns.
No.
Exactly.
No, they're
Suns.
hurt.
So the top 5 contenders, he's got Denver, Boston, Milwaukee, Golden State, and Phoenix. Okay, Tier 2, I've got 4 teams. So this is the brink of contention. 4 teams on the brink of contending.
Brink.
Brink of contending.
Sixers?
No.
No.
Not
Interesting.
the Sixers.
No.
Okay, he probably put the Clippers there.
Clippers are number 7.
Lakers.
Lakers are number 8.
You're telling me it's not the Heat?
Not the Heat.
Let's
they're only
go
2 and 4.
with Minnesota.
No.
No.
They played pretty well.
It's not.
We already
is it the Kings or
the Kings are number
Kings?
6.
Okay.
And then with a healthy Zion, New Orleans is number 9.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're 4 and 2 or something.
Tier 3, he's got Dallas, Philly, OKC.
I think these guys are underrated. I think these are all good teams. Okay.
You think Dallas, Philly, OKC?
Yeah, I think all those are good.
He's got them as playoff teams. This is the
Okay.
tier. Tier
Yeah.
3 is playoff teams. Dallas, Philly, OKC, the Knicks, and Miami.
I think, I know why he's saying that, but we always need to remind people that the Heat did go to the finals last year.
Yes, but they're off to a slow start.
Yeah, they always
beat
are.
us last night. But
They always are. They're not a
2
regular
and 4.
season team.
Worst teams in the league. I find this interesting. Not tanking, but maybe someday.
Yeah.
Wizards,
Yeah, they're terrible.
Rockets. They've got pieces that I think
Pieces.
could work.
Yeah, they'll get better.
Portland.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yep. Charlotte. They got
They're-
LaMelo, and that's it. Is LaMelo healthy?
Not really.
Not really. He's never really gotten
Yeah.
on. And they've got San Antonio number 26, although
I
I'll tell
think
you
they'll
what,
be better.
That's a really entertaining team to watch.
I
He
could
is-
watch Wemby every night.
He is so good. Everybody loves Wemby except Bergman. Everybody
He's
loves
also
him.
just really fun to watch.
You just get tired of it.
No, see, but you know what? I think you're allowed
To get
take
one
that
wrong?
one back. Like, you can do a take back. You
I'm
don't
not-
have to say I was wrong. You can just say, you know what? I take it back. I've seen him now and he's good.
I never said he wasn't good. I was never
You
against
said he
his
has,
talent.
He said he's going to be a bust because he's going to get hurt.
No, I didn't say bust. I said he was going to get injured. I could see him getting injured.
But I
That's
don't
his
want you to be
body
like
type.
rooting for him to
that's
get
the thing.
injured.
I don't want to.
Because now you've
I'm not
placed yourself in that position.
I put myself in, and especially with Sedano coming
Yeah, I
in here
know.
every time saying like, "You think he's this and this?" Like, I just
know.
said I thought he was going to get injured.
Yeah.
He is amazing.
Sedano's kind
He's
of got a
great
little
player.
Ireland in him with that kind of stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's the same. I said
Yeah.
that one time. It's like, Momo, you hate kids. Let's talk about it. It's that. It's that.
That came
same
from
thing.
the Riley
Yeah,
Curry
all
thing.
I heard was you're a Wemby denier.
Yeah, it's always the thing. He's a good player.
He's a great player.
He's a very good player.
Spectacular
very
to
entertaining.
watch. Oh
Right.
my god! Did you see the guy blocked him last night? He had a
Who
shot
blocked
blocked.
him?
I forget, but I saw the video. Some guy came from the other side of the basket and blocked Wemby.
My favorite quote so far on Wemby, because he blocked OG Anunoby from Toronto the other day.
Yep.
And they asked Anunoby about it, and he goes, "Man, he's just too tall. He's just too tall. You just can't. It's just arms everywhere.
Yeah.
He's just, you don't even see him. Like, LeBron is getting really good at the chase down blocks. He's
Yes.
He's like He had 3 of them last night, I think, and one on Tyler Hero that was really good. Wemby just does. He doesn't even have to chase him down. He just reaches out.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Defensively, he can alter. Alters every shot.
And
every
you know what I
pass.
like about him?
It was Isaiah Jackson from the Pacers.
Yeah, it's a really funny block.
Straight. It wasn't from the back. He went straight up.
Straight up. Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Dave McMenamin says Rui Hachimura is listed as probable for Wednesday's
nice.
game.
That's good.
Yeah.
Getting
That's something.
healthy.
That's something.
Yeah.
They need somebody.
They've been waiting. They've been waiting. Well, come on.
They need some help.
3 and 4.
Yeah.
They had 6 guys left at the end of the game last night. They found a way to climb back into it. I mean, last 2 minutes were disaster. 4 3-pointers, down a point, including the last one to Cam Reddish, who you say the play was drawn up for.
That's what they showed on the video.
Okay.
Like the in the huddle stuff.
Yeah, right. All right, coming up next for you, good news about Matthew Stafford and the Rams, or is it really good news? We'll talk about that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets? Yes. We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN. Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN.
"17 minutes after 3 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday."
My mom loves ABBA.
You should tell Mom I'll dance with her to ABBA. Tell her Mandy's 3. Her and I are going to get up on stage and dance to ABBA.
Longest 2 hours of my life, Mamma Mia 2.
You can be
Oh, I love Mamma Mia.
Oh, Mamma Mia.
ABBA, right?
That is so my jam.
Oh,
You
God.
can do either. By the way, around
Amanda
3:30.
Siegfried.
Reese's, you
So
say
good.
ABBA.
Around 3:30.
ABBA.
Yeah. Okay.
What's around 3:30?
I've got a big announcement in regards to Steve Mason's birthday in 2024.
Wow.
Oh, March.
We're planning ahead.
I am.
All right. That's
a
at
ways.
3:30?
Coming up around 3:30.
I can't wait to hear.
Can you?
Yeah, I'm excited. It was Slee's birthday this week.
Yeah?
You know what? I
What did
really
he get?
I like the fact that
He got that and
That's cool.
balloons left over from my birthday.
I like the fact that at the station here, whenever it's somebody's birthday, I get an email that says,
Yeah, I like that too.
It's their birthday, and here's some things they like. And
Do you read them?
I read them all.
Did you read mine?
I did read yours.
Okay.
I did read. I read every single
the
one that comes
subject
through.
headline and scan a little bit of it.
We're going to give you a content quiz about my birthday
Oh,
answers.
good. I cannot wait for that.
I am a dancing queen.
I sent a text.
You not only did you send a text, I believe you DM'd me on one of the platforms as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did I send you anything?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. That's right.
Yeah, you did.
did a
Well, I
nice
knew
thing
this
for
was
your
an
birthday.
important birthday for you. This
It
wasn't
was.
just a garden variety birthday.
No.
The big 4-0.
Nobody slides in my DMs, though, like Pepe Montilla.
He's everywhere.
He's on Facebook. He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. He hits
Pepe
me.
is the best.
He's
He
the best.
comments on every single one of my Facebook
Yeah.
posts.
No.
Yeah. All right, so can I do a minute here on the Rams?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go. Is it going to be a ranty?
It is going to be ranty.
All right.
So the Rams are 3-6. I said going into the Green Bay game, you win at 4-5, you got a shot at the playoffs. You lose 3-6, I think you're done. Last week, the Rams went into that football game knowing that there was a probability that Matthew Stafford wasn't going to play. And they elected to, instead of going out to get a quarterback for last week, the way Minnesota did with Joshua Joshua Dobbs, who
right?
they acquired from Arizona, who they thought would fit. The Rams just rolled into the week with Brett Rippon. Brett Rippon is not at all ready to be an NFL quarterback, and frankly, I don't think is ever going to be one. In the end, you bring in Carson Wentz today. Why didn't you bring in Carson Wentz last week as Stafford insurance instead of saying, yeah, we'll run with Rippon in Green Bay?
Did they know that Rippon could play or not play before that game?
Yes.
You think they just know, like, from practice and enough evaluations?
Don't you
taking
think
place?
they know? You saw him.
So
You saw him, right?
why have a bad quarterback on your roster? Like, if he's the guy,
right?
And there's something going on with Stetson Bennett, right? He's away.
Yeah, he's away. Probably not going to be with the team this year.
This year,
Exactly.
But Rippon's comments after the game were that he didn't know for sure until Friday.
Oh.
Because he wasn't even told, and they were waiting to see how Stafford could grip the ball. So that would make you think that they thought maybe Stafford could still play.
But the point of having a backup quarterback is to have somebody who is able to go into the
Yes.
game when the starter gets hurt.
Ding, ding, ding.
Well, of course.
So if he's not a good enough backup quarterback, then they should have one.
The Rams have never invested in backup quarterback. They've never made the investment. They've
The
never
Wolf would like a word.
Yeah, Wolford was a back. Rippon backup quarterback. These guys are not NFL quarterbacks. They're not big time NFL quarterbacks
So-
who you need to win a game.
I do the Around the Horn show sometimes, and there's
Yes.
a guy named Kevin
You
Clark.
wave your hands around.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Yeah.
There was a guy named Kevin Clark on the show, and he's like one of those smart football people.
Yes.
As you would say in your columns with the air quotes, smart football people.
Yep.
He said that this is a problem around the league, that they are not developing backup quarterbacks like they used to. That they don't invest in player development because they simply just need to give all the snaps to the starters, and they don't draft and develop guys to be ready to be the backup. If you're good enough to be the backup, somebody wants you as a starter.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there's just a dearth of backup quarterbacks.
But why did the
That's a
Rams
good word.
not see?
That was a good use of the word dearth.
Why did the Rams not see that there was a loss in Green Bay with Brett Rippon? They could have brought in Carson Wentz last week, gotten his reps with the
First team,
the starters with the first
Yeah,
team.
but as Chris said, he didn't know until Friday.
Yeah, but I mean, you're guessing.
So you're not going to sign Carson Wentz.
Why'd they sign him now?
Because they know.
They expect.
Do you want my answer?
Yeah, sure.
And it goes back to what Key used to say about McVay.
Yeah.
And all the younger genius coaches.
Okay.
He thought he could figure it out.
Yeah.
Because he's a genius coach.
That's right.
That with his system, it was all going to work. And obviously that didn't happen.
No.
Well, there's one game plan where you have Stafford who with four fingers, and there's another game plan where you have Rippon.
Right. And why did you have a Rippon game plan?
Because they chose to do it that way.
They made a huge mistake.
Well, but
they
that-
blew this game in Green
Maybe
Bay.
is there a world in which they thought Rippon
Backup.
might rise to the occasion?
No, I never thought he would rise to the occasion.
Okay.
But you think
He's been a
Carson Wentz
quarterback
is going
before.
to?
I think Carson Wentz is a much more credible
Well,
quarterback.
he's done it in
actually
the NFL.
started
Yeah.
50 games, 75 games, something like that.
He
in the
started
NFL.
a ton of games. He's been in a quarterback. He's better than Brett Rippon, but he's still not anything good. That's why he's been sitting on.
But
the
would they
sideline
have
for nothing.
would they have had a
On his
chance
couch.
at Green Bay with Carson Wentz?
I think they would have.
I mean, look,
a
it's the
better
same thing as
chance.
Baker Mayfield last year. They went and got him last year because I think you owe it to your veterans. I think you owe it to the Aaron Donalds of the world to give them a chance to win a game. So, like, if they're going to play hard, you got to have a serviceable quarterback out there. But I just think when you have a guy like Matthew Stafford, who has been hurt now the last 2 years,
right?
This happens to him. So you need to have a good backup quarterback. It's just
you do, and they've never invested in one
because they're paying gazillions of dollars to everybody else.
But they've never. Everybody invests in a backup quarterback.
They're not paying gazillions of dollars to everybody else. They have three guys that are.
I think Carson Wentz
by everybody else
salary.
I think Carson Wentz has been available for a reason, not because he sucks, but he's waiting to pick his spot.
Right.
The same way Baker Mayfield was waiting to pick his spot.
Agreed.
I'm going to wait until a job opens up where I might actually be able to play and show some things so that I can be a starter next year.
Yeah, here's what I would have done. Last week after they lost, I would have said, all right, Stafford's got a banged up thumb. I have no idea if he's going to play, if he's going to be able to grip the football. So we better get somebody else in here who's capable of starting in Green Bay. And instead they went with Brett Rippon.
You're absolutely correct, unless you're somebody who thinks I can make it work with anybody.
Well, I think that you're saying that. I think it makes me wonder if they aren't thinking tank.
That's exactly what they're thinking. They've been thinking from the beginning
Then
of the
why
season.
bring in Carson Wentz?
I don't know why they're bringing him now because he's not very good.
To make it look like you're not taking
exactly. That's exactly what it is.
They're still going to lose,
It's
but they're going to lose less badly.
Like, look, we brought in Carson
They'll
Wentz,
be
so
more
we
competitive.
tried. They weren't trying to win
Sort
with
of cleaning
Baker
up the
Mayfield. They're
tank.
not trying to win with Carson Wentz.
It's a clean tank.
It's all the whole McVay and Les Snead are not some geniuses that we think they are anymore. I think they're maybe they are.
Yeah.
Or maybe they
Really?
are.
That's where you're going to go?
Yeah.
That Les Snead and Sean McVay aren't geniuses anymore?
No, they're not. They did all of this on purpose.
They just won a
waited
Super
till they
Bowl
were
2
3
years ago.
How's
They're
it
not
been going the last
geniuses
6
anymore?
Can we talk about what's going on right now?
We have been talking about what's going on.
Always your thing you go to.
I've been
they won 2 years
Wait a minute.
ago.
They
won
did.
2
They've
years
gone to
ago.
two
Situation.
Super Bowls in 6 years.
And they've done
Your team
and
hasn't
since
been
then,
to the Super
and
Bowl
since
since
then
the
they haven't won a thing.
1900s.
We're talking
they won 5
sports.
games last year. They won 3 games this year. They're not going to tank again. They're not going to be great next year.
No,
It's going to be
I
all over.
totally
They're not going to
disagree
win a
with that.
Super
I'm
Bowl
going to tell you what
next
that.
year.
I'm going to tell you what that caller. When I was listening to
Rack 'em.
Travis on Sunday,
rack 'em, my
the
ass.
caller called in Travis and McVay needs to go.
Yeah,
he actually said.
not
he
gonna fire
actually
McVay.
said anybody could win with all of that talent.
Right. So obviously they went out and got that talent. That was the concept, right? So Bergman, you're off of Sean McVay and off of Les Snead. You said they're not geniuses anymore.
Well, they're not the geniuses that they think they are.
So you think rebuilding a franchise
The
is
game
super
has
easy?
caught up to them.
Remodeling.
I do think that a little bit with McVay's play calling.
Absolutely.
I think that.
And the
I
play,
do not.
he's right. The play calling
Is
is
stale.
very vanilla.
Wait a minute.
and
Look
stale.
what he's got. He's got Brett Rippon.
He has the
Seriously,
best wide
what can you
receiver in the
call?
league.
Actually,
Yeah, but
two of
what
them really
can you
now.
call?
And now Puka was putting up monster
What
numbers that
plays can you
nobody's
call
ever put.
with Brett Rippon as your quarterback?
Just
My
hand-
God.
keep handing
You
the
had
ball off.
Matthew Stafford for all of the other games.
Matthew
Stafford was there for every game
Right.
except for this last one.
He was there, and they were 3-4 with
They were
Stafford.
3-5.
3-5 with Stafford. Yeah.
That's some amazing number.
No, but they were credible. They
no.
were not playing football at the
They didn't
low-
score in the second half
That
in
was-
basically any game.
Correct.
I know
that
some
was
games.
an embarrassing
Yeah, it was
game,
really bad.
unwatchable football, and it's because the Rams didn't invest in backup quarterback, and Brett Rippon was the guy that was out there.
Okay, hold on. They didn't go 3-5 with Matthew Stafford because they didn't invest in a
Would
backup
they have beaten
quarterback.
Green Bay with Matthew Stafford?
I mean,
Of
would have
course.
been better. Probably.
Yes, they
yeah,
would've.
probably.
Yeah.
They would have.
A healthy Matthew Stafford?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why
But
would
he
you,
hasn't been healthy for 2 years now, like Momo was saying?
Why are they bringing back Matthew Stafford at all if you think they're tanking?
That's a whole different
Well,
conversation.
I think they were trying to trade him. Right.
I don't think
I mean,
they were
we had
trying
that
to.
whole thing. You know?
I don't think they were trying to trade.
I don't think they were trying to, but I think they were open to that idea.
I've
And then very quickly denied it whenever.
I'm sure they would.
money.
I'm
They
sure
would
they
be
would
like,
take the
all
call,
right.
but I don't think they
Yeah.
ever had any intention of
You and
trading
Travis
Matthew
are
Stafford.
apologists.
Oh my ass! I just ripped them. What are you talking about?
You
did
I
a
just
light
said
rip. He did. He
I
did
just
say
said
that.
the Rams do not invest in backup quarterbacks.
You did a light
which
rip.
is
It was a light rip.
Which is malpractice.
It was a light rip. It was a good rip, but it was a light one.
It took a
That
lot
was
for you to
good. We
go
did like
there.
5 minutes of like five-way sports talk.
It was good. It was good. All
Take
right.
that, Travis and Slee.
Coming up next. I don't want to do that, Momo, because you didn't want to talk about that tweet that you got, do you? Momo gets the crappiest tweets from people.
Yeah, they're all scumbags.
Well, I think it would have been more of a. It would be more interesting if the person actually wrote back.
They won't write back. They're a coward.
Gutless coward scumbags.
Exactly.
It was just so random how it just came out of left field. Like I had nothing to do with that first tweet.
No.
It was just a
It
total
was a total normal tweet, and then some guy stuck you in it.
Yeah,
and
I was like, I
tagged
have
you.
nothing to do with this.
Yeah. I don't know how you got into that, but
I
it's
know.
disgusting.
Yeah, it happens
and
all
you
the time.
and you DM'd the guy, and the guy didn't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
back to you because
no.
he's a coward.
Yeah.
And he works kind of in the business.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
that's why I was surprised.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. All right, coming up
Yeah.
next, what's the weirdest pet you can own? Did you see what Schwarzenegger had on the Manning cast last night? Did you see it?
No.
Oh, I'll tell you what it is next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Every Friday.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets? Yes. We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
The return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN. Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
.30 in the Southland on a live imaging Tuesday, presented by our friends at East Central Hotel Entertainment's official address. It is Mason and Ireland, Momo sitting in for John. And since John's not here, we need to do Yacht Rock today. Disco. Like it. Absolutely right. Oh, give me that announcement music.
Oh, right. There's something going on.
Well, you'd have to do a hard fade. What are we doing on that?
Oh, this is some announcement music.
It is good announcement music. Because today in one of our many meetings, we decided that Mason's birthday, which is Saturday, March 23rd, 2004, needed to be celebrated like never. I wish it was 2004. It was 60 pounds lighter, and I always had gold in my pocket, if you get what I'm saying, Jack.
Yes.
2024.
Yes.
Will be celebrated like never before.
Really?
I think I got to restart all this because they want to clip this for social.
Let's go.
So, today in one of our many meetings, we decided that on March 23rd, 2024, Steve Mason's birthday needs to be celebrated like never before.
Wow.
And also, we believe that that is close to the anniversary of Mason and Ireland.
The exact 20th anniversary of the start of the show. We started on my birthday in 2004. I'm sorry, 2004. That's 20 years.
The 710 version.
The 710
not
version.
Not the other version.
Correct. We will have been at ESPN for 20 years as of my birthday next year.
So that is why, on March 23rd, 2024, we will throw our second annual ESPN LA Pickleball Madness Tournament in celebration of Steve Mason's birthday. Wow. So not only will it be pickleball, it'll also be Mason's birthday.
Nice.
So you can come, play pickleball.
Yep.
And Momo has already figured out exactly what we just did. And give a gift and take a picture with the birthday boy, Steve Mason.
Wow. I'm excited about this.
So Mace will be there on that Saturday and then take 3 weeks off after.
Am I sponsored by somebody?
We're working on it.
Okay.
So Saturday, March 23rd.
I'm excited.
2024. Get your pickleball paddles ready to smack Mace around on his birthday.
Now, you did not play pickleball.
I didn't. I hosted it.
Momo, you didn't play pickleball.
No, I was in spring training.
Are you able to play pickleball? Is that a game you play?
I have never played.
You should play this year.
Let me see what my spring training trip is.
Super fun.
I'll look at the dates. We already set dates. So
I said after the pickleball tournament, I'm going to keep playing.
It seems hard.
I'm going to keep playing.
How great do you feel knowing that you will spend your birthday, the actual day, with all the people you love, the fans, the teammates, the partners?
My mom and not stepdad Leo will probably be there.
Beautiful.
My brothers will come.
You seem like your game, even though part of you inside was like, it's going to go to Hawaii for that.
You can go to Hawaii after.
No, this isn't a big. It's a big birthday now.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be an officially big birthday.
Oh, okay.
Because it's 59.
Yeah.
60s,
Next year.
60's the big one. Ireland already hit 60, yeah. But I think the 20 years at ESPN's
that is big.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
So mark your calendars now, friends. See, Corporate Greg, I told you this would be easy to do.
Yeah. Bergman,
everybody in the meeting.
My birthday?
That was all for your birthday.
Everybody in the meeting was like, what's Mason going to do? I said, well, just do it on the air.
What, they were going to try to run it by me or something?
Yeah.
Well, it's on your birthday.
Running it by people never works. Let's just do it on the air.
Wait a minute. If you say you want to throw a really big birthday party for me, do you think my answer would be no?
Well, the thought was that you wouldn't be in town. But I said, no, he's going to be in town.
Why would I be in town?
I think the last
it's your birthday.
The last 19 years, you've probably taken your birthday off.
I've never taken it off because I want everybody to celebrate my birthday.
So
it's
there
like
you
a
go.
holiday.
Listen, who are you talking to? I'm all for it.
You sound like James Harden over there.
I'm a system. I am a system.
I'm not a system player. I am a system.
I am a system.
That was like next level.
By the way, isn't that, to me, that's, if I'm a Clippers fan, I'm like, oh, God, here comes this guy.
Honestly.
Wants to run the whole thing. I'm a system. It's like you've already blown up at 4 other cities. You forced yourself out of 2 of them.
Like that quote alone right there, I was like, whoa. Because that's not something that he thought about in advance. That's just something he feels and believes.
Yes.
That just comes out like that.
Yeah. I wonder how everybody else is going to fit into James Harden's system. Since he is the system.
I think Elon thinks that we're all video game players. He's player one in his video game. Like the reality is actually just a video game, and like we're all playing our own game, and he's player one.
Player one. So here's the thing I was watching. Do you watch the Manning Cast?
I do not.
Okay. Bergman, do you watch the Manning Cast?
I used to. I don't anymore because I don't want to.
Yeah, I just want straight up play-by-play.
Yeah, me too. I've always just wanted straight up
play-by-play. All the goofy hijinks. But apparently at some point last night, I saw the clips of this, Arnold Schwarzenegger was one of the guests on the Manning Cast. So they say, okay, look who our guest is, and they do the preview, right? And they put him on screen and say, coming up, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's got this donkey he's feeding right in the middle of the frame. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't watched
He's got a pet donkey in his house. I guess
Did he give him blueberries?
No, I guess it's like a Jenny.
Nice.
Do you know what a Jenny is?
A female donkey?
Female donkey. They're all called Jennies. I think he has a Jenny.
Isn't Jenny the name of the lady in this Terminator movies?
I don't think so.
There's Sarah Cooper, and then there's
Sarah
a
Cooper,
Jenny.
No, Jenny was in Forrest Gump.
There it is.
There, Forrest Gump.
That
That was Robin Wright in Forrest Gump.
Okay, sorry.
No,
mixing movies.
But apparently, donkeys make really good pets. No, I'm serious. They make
Like
really
indoor
good
pets?
Indoor pets.
Do you train the donkey to go in its litter box? I mean, what are we doing
I have no
here?
idea. Well, you have a big donkey door to get out. I have a dog door. You got a donkey door for them to go out?
Where do they sleep?
I'm sure they sleep in bed with you, like the dogs.
I don't know.
Where do you think the donkey sleeps?
I hope at the foot of the bed at least.
Yeah, at the
not
foot of the
not at on the bed.
Do they sleep
Donkeys
standing up
don't
or
smell
sitting
great.
down? I think they sleep sitting
I
down.
think they sleep laying down. Yeah.
No, laying down. I don't think.
I think
Not
I've
like
seen a horse
cows.
sleeping. Yeah,
Yeah.
Aren't the cows? the
horses
only
lay
ones?
down. Yeah.
By the way, some people have pigs as pets. Have
Yeah,
you
I've
seen
heard of that, yeah.
Clooney for a long time had a pot-bellied pig as a pet.
Yeah, so I know somebody who had a pig. They had to give it away.
Yeah, I'm
They
not,
just get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like they're kind of cute when they're little,
Yeah.
and then they just get really big and dirty.
Alpacas are really cute, but they're mean.
Oh.
Oh, alpacas are mean.
Do they bite you?
They will.
Oh man.
Yeah, they will.
Why
They'll
are they
bite
mean?
you.
Is that like an evolutionary thing?
Well, as a student of Darwin, no. How am I supposed
I mean, it
to
feels
know
like
the
people just want to
evolutionary
chop their
thing?
wool off and sell it for expensive baby clothes.
I'm supposed to know if that's evolutionary.
I don't know. I mean,
I really like that. I was getting interested. You're a student of Darwin.
you
I kind of want to know how far you get into Darwinism. Is that something that you
I'm trying
are
to think
well
of other
in depth
weird
on?
pets. I think DeAndre Jordan had, and Dwight Howard definitely
Dwight
had some
Howard
weird
definitely
pets.
had snakes.
Snakes. DeAndre Jordan had like a lizard.
Yeah.
And a big iguana.
I never understand the reptile thing. I mean, they're not. They don't.
I guess I get though.
Does your cat sleep in bed with you?
No.
No.
No. My cats are old. I have very
yeah.
old girl cats.
Bergman, does Lola sleep with you?
No, she sleeps on the floor below me.
Okay.
Like at the foot of the bed.
What about your sneaky dog, Brian? The one who fakes injuries.
She fakes something up on the bed and then she goes back down.
Oh, she comes up for some snacks, you know? So
Right.
she's like, oh, you got me.
Then she limps away.
And then she'll go to we have like a guest bed. She'll sleep in that guest bed by
Oh,
herself.
really?
Yeah.
My
Queen
can't get
status.
up on the bed anymore. My cat, she can't jump.
We've got 3 dogs in the bed.
She's like
it is
real-
crazy.
She's very old.
Yeah, yeah.
We've had her. She's like, I mean, we don't even know how old she is because we got her when they said she was 6 or 7 when we adopted her, and that was like 12 years ago.
So she's doing good.
Yeah, she's doing great.
Yeah.
She does actually have a limp. Because like a while back,
But not a fake. She's not.
It's not
faking
fake.
it.
No, it's a real limp. It's a real limp.
Brian's dog is sneaky.
Yeah, I just feed her all the time now.
Yeah.
I just go,
I
you
want
know
them
what?
treats.
You're so old. I'm not going to put you on a diet or anything. I'm just going to get whenever you want food. Just
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we're going to do a little game of games.
Let's do it.
Jacob Emrani is here
What?
for Game of Games. The game is Name is Your Buzzer. No, it's not. It's multiple choice. Just like
He got so upset.
he got so ticked
He's
off.
like,
that
oh
he was
man,
gonna
I'm
walk
going to have
out
to
the
call
door.
Ronnie
That's
and
it.
play
He
too.
hates
That's it.
them.
I'm not playing.
Multiple choice, anybody can win. We'll do it coming up next. Mason and Ireland. Momo's in for John, 710 ESPN.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
The return of Million Dollar Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN. Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 Million Mega Sports Station, 710 ESPN. On the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, so I've got a different game today than we've played. We are going to play Radio Family Feud.
Okay.
I've put together some actual Family Feud surveys, and we'll do multiple choice. You've got to pick the #1 answer.
This looks like you did a lot of work.
I
This
did.
is new.
Yeah.
I've
did a
never
lot of
done
work.
something
Good.
like this.
Yeah.
No, I was just kind
After
of
20
impressive.
years, you're coming up with
I'm
new
coming
things.
up with new games. How
Look
about
at
that?
you.
All right, so here's #1. It's multiple choice. Name the most popular ride at a carnival. The #1 answer is either the Ferris wheel or the roller coaster. Jacob, which one is it?
I would say the roller coaster.
Roller coaster. Momo.
Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel. Brian.
Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel. Bergman.
Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel. The correct answer? Ferris wheel was the #1 answer. Jacob.
I can just laugh because getting off, with the wrong answer
You're
is
like, dang.
the right
off
way
the
to
bat.
go.
Okay, here's #2. The question was, name something people take out. Name something people take out. The #1 answer is either food/Chinese or the trash. Food/Chinese or the trash. Momo, what do you think?
The trash.
The trash. Bergman.
The trash.
The trash. Brian.
The trash.
The trash. Jacob.
I got to go with the team.
You should have gone the
Oh,
other
no.
way. The #1 answer, food/Chinese.
Really?
Yeah.
When was the last time you actually got Chinese food? Or
I
delivery?
From time to time I get it.
Like, it's rare, though.
It's rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, #3. Name a word that rhymes with shower. A word that rhymes with shower. The #1 answer is either power or flower. Power or flower. Bergman, what is it?
I was thinking of power when you said that, so I'll go with power.
Power. Brian?
Power.
Power. Jacob?
Power.
Power. Momo?
Flower.
Flower. Momo, you should have stuck
Dang.
with the crowd. The correct answer is power. Flower, by the way, was the #2 answer.
Oh, okay.
I was
It's
power.
Bergman 2, Brian 2, Momo 1, Jacob 1. Here's #4. Name an excuse a friend gives for not helping you move.
Okay.
The #1 answer is either too busy or bad back. Too busy or bad back. Brian, what is it?
I'm going to go bad back.
Bad back. Jacob.
Bad back.
Bad back. Momo.
Bad back.
Bad back. Bergman.
If it's a friend, they say bad back.
Sucks.
Bad
if they
back.
say-
No, I'm sorry. They say, I'm too busy. That's the #1 answer.
You know what the truth is?
What?
Friends don't ask.
Friends don't ask friends to help them move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. All right, score stays the same.
Friend-
#5.
You only ask your family.
Tell me a person's first name that rhymes with Fanny. Tell me a person's first name that rhymes with Fanny.
Okay.
The #1 answer is either Manny or Danny. Jacob, which one is it?
I will go with Danny.
Danny. Momo.
Manny.
Manny. Bergman.
Manny.
Manny. Brian.
I'm going to go Danny.
Danny is the correct answer. Yes, Manny was the
Does
number
Brian
2
have the
answer.
lead?
Brian now has 3, Jacob 2, Bergman 2, Momo 1.
It's like my son's name.
I know, you should have guessed your son's
That's the
name.
easiest one for you.
We've got 4 left.
But the name that came into my head when you said that was Manny.
Yeah,
Wasn't it? I
Manny
said
came
Manny.
into my head. Yeah.
All right, name something you'd find on top of a poker table. Name something you'd find on top of a poker table.
Okay.
The number 1 answer is either poker chips or green felt. Poker chips or green felt. Momo, which is
Chips.
it? Chips. Bergman.
Chips.
Chips. Brian.
I'm going to go green felt.
Green felt. Jacob.
I'm going to go with chips as well.
Chips is the correct answer. Yes, so the field has tightened. It is Jacob 3, Bergman 3, Brian 3, and Momo 2. You're in this
Okay.
thing, Momo.
Well, not really, but okay.
Number 7. Name something you'd put in your backyard to make it look like a desert.
Okay.
Name something you put in your backyard to make it look like a desert.
I have an answer in my head.
The number 1 answer is either sand or cactus.
Oh, you made it harder on me.
This is way harder than it
Okay,
sounds.
here we go. The number 1 answer is either sand or cactus. We start with Brian.
Cactus.
Cactus. Jacob.
I'll go cactus.
Cactus. Momo.
Absolutely sand.
Absolutely sand. Bergman.
Sand was what came to
Yes.
my mind.
It is absolutely sand. That's the
Hey,
correct answer. And
Momo.
Bergman has taken a lead. Momo's
Ooh,
there
there
with
they
3.
go.
Jacob
We're back
3
in
and
it.
Brian 3. Everybody's in this sucker.
Let's go.
How many left?
There are 2 left.
Ooh, let's go.
So I got
Bergman will have to go first. Name something that might make Mrs. Claus leave the North Pole to get away from it.
Okay.
The number 1 answer is either Santa or the cold/snow. What makes her want to leave the North Pole? Santa or cold/snow? Bergman.
The cold doesn't bother her, so Santa.
Santa.
That was for me.
Brian.
Santa.
Santa. Jacob.
I'm behind.
Yes.
So I got to go with the cold.
Cold and snow.
I was already going to say the cold and
Momo,
snow.
cold and snow. The correct answer is cold and
Woo!
snow.
So 3-way tie.
Three-way
Brian
tie.
won back.
Brian won back. Exactly.
Let's
Last-
go.
I don't have to go
Let's
first.
go.
We're
Last
coming.
one.
We're
Last
coming.
one, and there is a tiebreaker.
All right.
Name a creature that people are scared by that starts with the letter S.
Okay.
S.
Name a creature that people are scared
Okay,
by
that
that
one.
starts with the letter S.
That one,
Snake or
Momo.
spider?
I'm
The
going
number 1 answer
Oh,
is
I
either
can do that.
spiders or snakes.
Okay.
Momo's on this.
Oh.
Bergman, where are you going to go?
I was thinking snake, but spiders is so much better. Spiders.
Spiders. Momo.
Snake.
Snake. Jacob.
I am going snake.
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 And Brian.
I'll go
Wait,
spiders.
commit.
Spiders. The correct answer is snakes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm out.
Means that we've got a 2-way tie,
Let's go.
Jacob and
Oh
Momo.
boy.
This is big.
By the way, this is, I think, the 4th time in a row that Jacob is going to tiebreaker.
Yeah, I know. You have bad luck in tiebreakers, don't you?
Well, thanks for the vote.
I actually am really bad at tiebreaker.
but I
too.
really do appreciate that vote of confidence.
Yes. Okay.
Let's go. Look at this comeback over here.
So you got to
You started off bad. I started off
Got to write
worse.
down an answer here.
Let's
Okay.
go. Oh, we got to write it down.
Yeah, write it down. Here's a pen.
Okay, I didn't need a paper.
Okay.
A pen for Jacob?
I only have 1 pen. I didn't bring pens for everybody.
I got a pen.
Okay,
we're
cool.
good.
All
Hold
right,
on.
here is the question.
Wait, now I don't have a pen.
Yeah, brought a pen.
The original host of Family Feud
Oh.
was Richard Dawson.
Oh, God.
How many episodes of the show did he host in his career? How many episodes of Family Feud did Richard Dawson host? Have you both written down a number?
Yes.
Jacob?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, Jacob's thinking it through. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Momo, what's your answer?
300.
300. Jacob?
800.
The correct answer, 2,336.
Whoa!
Jacob!
Hallelujah.
Wow! I don't even remember that guy.
Mazel tov.
When was the last time you won a game?
I think it was 1999.
99. I remember that. That was a big day. That was a big day for you. Awesome, man. Well, congrats.
How does it feel?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I just didn't have a speech prepared. So.
Yeah, yeah. So you're huge. Well, what do you want to talk about? USC or Lakers?
Both.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Let's start with the Lakers. Obviously, last night they were down to 6 guys at the end of that thing.
Yep.
D'Lo got ejected, and AD got hurt, and they've got other injuries. I thought the last 4 shots were questionable. Now, the thing is, they were open looks, but all you need is 2. You don't need a 3 at that point.
Right. I think the biggest thing is every single game they're down by close to double digits.
Yep.
And every team's got only so many runs left in them. And, the team is deep enough that even with, AD down or people out, this team should still be winning games.
Yes.
So, I don't know what they need to do, but just getting down, every time I look up at the end of the first quarter, they're down by 9, they're down by 12, by 13. So I think that just sucks so much out of them.
They spend the rest of the time trying to crawl out of the ditch.
And they've had chances.
Right.
So, just this road trip, getting together with the guys, getting to know each other a little bit better. The coaching staff's got to figure it out. I mean, I think we got a lot of talent. Just got to start winning some games.
Yeah, well, there was good news about Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura is now listed as probable for tomorrow's game in Houston. So starting to get a little bit more healthy. They really were down to 6 guys at the end of that game last night, which is crazy.
And still could have won.
All they needed was...
Should have won. They had 4 open shots at the end.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, so USC finally fired Alex Grinch.
I just don't get it. I don't know what that attachment to Alex Grinch was.
Friendship, man. Friends.
Well, fine. But, I mean, friendship or the fact that you're getting paid over $100 million to come over here and deliver a national championship. At some point, move him to another position. Still pay him and give him a consultant position. I mean, and then after the fact, they come out and say, well, we're just a few possessions away for being undefeated, in the Pac-12. I mean, I think this is the chance for Lincoln Riley to come out and say, guys, we obviously are not where we were supposed to be or where we wanted to be. There's a great opportunity for us in order to be able to set our direction correctly. We got a great team. We're going to be there. Give some hope to all of us that thought that this year was a national championship year. I mean,
the thing I think Riley's struggling with is he's very defensive. Every time you ask him something, he's a very defensive guy.
So I think that in any part of your life, the natural instinct, most people, unless you just really hate yourself and are really critical of yourself or something, most people hear criticism and their natural instinct is to get defensive.
Sure.
Agree.
But it doesn't matter. Like if I just say, what are you wearing?
Agree.
You're right. Like, I don't know what's wrong with the shirt.
You're right.
Right? Like, now, most people, like, I get like, I just had one of these recently. I was telling you off air.
Yeah.
We have a new producer. He has some different feedback. You got to do things a little bit differently than we've been doing things on the TV show. And initially, like, it takes some time to unlearn things, to go, okay, well, I'm going to do it this. Okay, now you want me to, okay. And then I just said, this is what the athletes I cover do every single day.
Every day.
They have to make adjustments.
Yep.
They have to change. You get a new coach, you just change the way that you play differently.
Right.
That's what life is. Like, you have to be able to adjust to your situation. And
Especially
clearly,
these days. Especially
these days.
Yeah.
Things happen faster and faster than they've ever. Like, you're Lincoln Riley coming into the season, and you're the talk of the town, and Caleb Williams is the greatest quarterback in college football,
Ever.
number 1 pick.
Yeah.
And it's like, and now we may have seen him play his last game.
Yeah.
Because we don't know if he should play the rest of it. I mean, do you think he'll play the rest of the year?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do think he's going to play the rest of the year. Yeah, I think he is.
Okay.
What are they playing for?
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
here's the
Let's
thing.
ask his agent. I mean,
But here's the thing. Does everybody quit the moment they're out of the national championship?
Well,
I mean, should Drake
you're
May,
not-
who's
right.
playing at North Carolina, say, you know what, I'm the number 2 pick guaranteed.
Yeah.
Why should I even play the rest of this year?
You're not supposed to. But when you're sitting in a position like this where your stock has been going the other way, at this particular moment, the question is he going to think about SC and the team, or is he going to think about himself?
Is his stock, though, going
No,
the other way?
he's going to be the number 1 pick
no matter
what happens.
You think so?
He
I
can go
think so.
throw 4 picks at Autzen and lose to UCLA.
The only
and
way
go
he
to a
won't be
crap
is if he
bowl
gets
game and-
hurt. Like,
God forbid.
And even then,
And you know what? I've met him multiple times, and he is such a great guy.
Yeah.
Such a great guy. I mean, just...
It was so sad watching him.
Yeah, go to his mom and
Go to
cry.
his mom.
Yeah, because no matter how many points he scores, the defense walks onto the
He
field,
can't do it
and they're
himself.
giving up another 7.
Yeah.
So...
frustrating year.
Good
But,
days ahead, though.
But at least we are going to have a new defensive coordinator next year, which is good.
yeah. Is there any Antonio Pierce-like effect of changing the defensive coordinator now?
I don't believe so.
I don't think you can
They're
change
14 and a
that
half
much.
point dogs at Oregon. And you know what? I
wouldn't
don't
be
know what the right
surprised.
side of that game is.
I mean, now all the pressure's off.
Yeah, but Autzen is one of the toughest
Autzen's
places to play in the country. Hey, Jacob, it is great seeing you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm
Way to
feeling
go.
good.
Game of Games is brought to you by Jacob and Ronnie. Everybody loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anybody can fight, but Jacob is here for you when you need a big win after an accident. Go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. See you next week, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
See you next week.
Let's hit the super stages.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
There we go.
I gotta say something.
Yes.
That was good.
Now that I know you also do that with that woo 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 thing with Travis and Sliwa, it just doesn't feel the same anymore.
Well, I do it
I
every
thought
time
it was
this
a
is
thing
super-
for our show.
It was for both shows because we mix it up with both shows.
Yeah.
So I want to treat both shows equally.
Do you?
I mean, you are the bridge.
This is kind of the bridge between
Yeah.
the shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the woo woo woo.
Yeah.
By the way,
I felt it was ours.
I mean, the
thought
truth is
a
it was
thing.
really LZ's.
when it's what is really LZ?
The woo woo woo, that was LZ.
That's true. LZ used to do that all the time.
That's what I do at a game when I'm trying to
Yeah.
make noise.
But
like
in
when
terms of the
Rams are on
radio,
third
I
down.
Back in the
identify
day.
that
That's right.
with
That's a
him.
good point.
I don't think you stole it from him. I mean,
No, I
certainly
don't think so.
I mean, that's like saying Arsenio,
Woo,
created
woo,
that.
Woo. I don't know
Yeah.
if that can
Yeah.
be trademarked.
Yeah. Now writing. Talk to me about writing, Mace.
Okay, so I'm a fine writer.
Yeah. Writing is really hard.
He's
Very
got a whole
difficult.
box. Cappy just walked in here with a box.
Did you not?
Is it your last day?
Those are my personal
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Did you not get the link that I sent out with all the writing I've done?
Did you send it on that text thread that I
Yeah,
sent?
I sent it on a text thread.
I'd have to check. But
I've written volumes of stuff.
right. But how much of it is analysis or like opinion?
Most of it is analysis. It's not opinion.
Because I heard the stuff that Ramona was reading. Or,
I thought it was a good read.
right. It was a good read, but was it like?
for a period of time, for about a year and a half.
I mean, go for it, Mace.
Look,
do
it's
you.
just the
For-
genre.
listen, for a year and a half.
Yeah.
I was like,
you were Roger Ebert.
I was the box office person. First, there was Nikki Fink.
Yeah.
Then she went away, and
Would
I
Ben
took over.
Lyons approve of your writing?
Oh, I think Ben would. Yeah. Ben would.
There's a lot of air quotes.
Meaning,
Disproportionate use of air quotes.
what do you mean? Like where?
There, like at least in the stories I was reading, there was a lot of air quotes.
What does air quotes mean?
Just like quotes around things that don't necessarily need quotes.
How do you do that in punctuation, though? I don't understand.
What are you talking about?
I mean, Momo's breaking you down now.
Yeah. What
That's
I mean,
it.
you wanted a real
I mean,
thing,
you want a real
you know.
thing. I mean, if you're going to do Matthew Berry's, you got to listen to Momo. Momo's the actual writer.
She
here.
is an actual writer.
Right.
But I just want to point out,
But
it's
as
not like
someone-
I've never
but,
written.
But as someone who occasionally has written a few passion pieces here
Yeah.
at ESPN, it's really hard.
I know.
The
it's hard.
Academy Awards for 2008 have been handed out, and the quote popular kids have the Oscars on their mantles. But the dirty little secret about winning awards is that you've got to campaign for them. Thousands of dollars were spent by the distributors of and filmmakers behind Slumdog Millionaire and Milk, The Reader, and other assorted winners and nominees. But not all performances received that sort of a big money backing. I am an unabashed lover of the acting craft.
Oh.
I see virtually every movie, large and small, that passes through the U.S. marketplace. And
Wow, you're important,
there's a
Mace.
lot of commas in this sentence.
US
This is all one
No,
sentence.
did he do the U.S. marketplace in quotes too, or no?
No, but U.S. is capitalized with no periods.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of
The
extra
us
there's a-
marketplace.
Well, can I just say, I never had an editor.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Ever.
There's
Clearly.
a lot of commas
Right.
here.
Ever.
And taking
You have
nothing
one
away
now.
from Sean Penn, comma, Kate Winslet, comma, Penelope Cruz.
What's wrong with comma?
And
I'm a
Heath
big
Ledger.
over comma guy
Comma.
myself.
Well,
What's-
you're just it's a
If you're
run-on
making a
sentence.
list,
Yeah,
why
it's a
would
lot.
you not have commas?
Not all of 2008's best performances have been recognized. I'm not going to be obvious here. Clint Eastwood was snubbed for Gran Torino.
Wow.
Get
But
off my lawn.
He
was
received
good.
lots of
Snubbed.
acclaim for the role,
He was
including
good.
being named Best Actor by the National Board of Review.
Where was
My
this
goal
published?
is to highlight.
Okay, this is we're
It's
done
painful.
reading this.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear anymore.
Where was this published?
It was published at a thing called Inside Hollywood.
/film.com.
/film was another place I wrote for. Fantasy
This is
Moguls
not
was
bad.
another place I wrote
This
for.
is not bad. I
No.
would tell you if it was. What it is just a genre of writing.
Correct.
This is just film.
So what are you going to write for Matthew Berry?
Momo had a really good idea.
Now, is he going to let you write it?
Yeah.
So he's already said yes.
He's already said yes. I have 2
okay.
weeks to write the story.
About what?
Momo had a good suggestion.
Yeah.
That it should be when I got whacked, as she says, got whacked in New York. When I left New York, and I went on a soul-searching journey across Europe and Africa
that's
and all
cool.
that stuff.
Yeah.
And the reason I did it, became a yoga teacher, all that stuff. It was basically a midlife crisis.
But I have a question. For what publication do you want to write that story?
For Matthew Berry's story.
So
Love
I
Hate,
would start
weekly
this story.
What's Love Hate?
I
don't
would.
know what that is.
Oh,
It's his
he's
fantasy
really
column.
good. He's very
fantasy
good.
column. He writes a personal piece of the Love Hate.
You should start the story in the yoga class.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. You start there, paint the picture of what the yoga class looked like, the studio. Is it, there are a lot of people? Is the glass steamed because of how many people are in
and
there?
then you do the parallel with the glass steamed in the studio with the glass steamed in your radio career and
Right.
the booth that you used to be in and the callback.
Right. There you go.
Nobody there knew who I was.
Cappy?
I didn't know who I was.
Right.
I'm not married to
Dun
this.
dun dun.
Yeah, there you go. See,
Dun,
done.
dun, dun.
That's a good start. We gave you like first 5 sentences.
Well, I'm going to go
Some
back
theme.
and listen to the podcast and write this out.
Sorry, so Matthew
I
Berry
could
writes a
ghostwrite this
personal
for
piece
you.
before fantasy analysis?
Have you? Yeah.
Never
you
read
can't
it.
ghostwrite it
Never
for him.
once read it.
Never once
Can't
read
do
it.
it. Dun, dun,
He
dun.
writes a great personal piece before he does the sit this guy, start that guy, that whole thing.
Yeah.
He
How
writes
How long
is
is
it?
that part?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
It tends to be on the long side. Mine's going to be on the shorter side. But he's written really cool personal stuff. I mentioned earlier, he wrote a great piece about bullying. He's written about
How
all
are you
going to
sneak in blueberries?
I have no idea how to get blueberries into
It's
the
okay
story.
if you don't. I think you could also write about how you gave Matthew Berry one of his first jobs, and your broadcasting tree, and how a lot
That's
of people
actually
in the
good.
industry, get jealous and think there's only a certain number of jobs, and how you feel about all the careers that you birthed, but also like if you have any regrets about your own career.
How
or
I'm
whatever.
pissed off that everybody did way better than me.
I mean, I didn't say it. You did.
I did.
Yeah. And you birthed.
I birthed
through the radio birth
Exactly.
canal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cappy, you seem totally uninterested in
No,
any
I'm
of
very
this.
interested in all of it. I just the whole
Why,
Matthew
why
Berry.
with the sunglasses
I know
indoors?
It's live imaging Tuesday.
I know.
It's lit. That's
So
what we
you
do
wear
on
sunglasses?
That's what we do on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Well, Cappy wears sunglasses pretty regularly.
Yeah.
He
Well,
thinks
I
those
usually,
lights are too bright.
They are too bright. But I usually don't wear them during crosstalk, but super crosstalk.
It's so. See what I mean about these finger things? I mean, it's just.
But
It's weird.
It's weird.
Why no middle fingers?
Oh,
you need
That was
those free
smart.
Well,
to talk to you.
I got a boo-boo on my right middle finger
how'd
this
that
past
happen?
weekend. Oh, just by being a klutz.
Is this when you fell out of the bed?
No, that happened
Oh.
later that day.
Oh.
Did you hear what happened to me, Momo?
No, what
I was
happened?
He
under
had a dream and fell out of the bed.
I was under
I can see that.
tremendous stress.
Yeah, I understand this. I've
know?
had dreams like that,
Yeah.
like super intense.
I want
You're
to
like,
pick up
"Whoa!"
on. I want to pick up on this dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because last night I had a dream.
Oh.
And I was in a department store.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, I heard about this a little
basically
bit.
had the dream that you had, only I was in the department store and at the rack of clothing that spins around.
So you're just stealing everybody's ideas
No,
these days.
Like White
Jennifer
Lotus.
Coolidge's identity.
That
you're
was
stealing
mine.
Cappy's dream.
Do not say that. No, I basically had your dream. You planted in my head, then I
Inception.
had my dream. It
Yeah.
was Inception,
Yeah.
exactly.
So what happened? Did you fall out of the bed?
I did not. I
So, Momo-
maintained bed in the bed.
I
Integrity.
violently fell out of the bed.
I get this.
It wasn't like a roll over and fall off by accident kind of a deal. It was in the middle of the dream. I started going through convulsions, and then
you were probably like in the dream, probably swatting something.
Yes.
Or yeah.
Right.
I get this.
Did you make noise? Did you talk?
I don't.
Was Rachel there?
She was.
Did she hear you talk?
She didn't hear me talk, but what happened is after I flipped out of the bed violently, okay, I'm laying on the floor, head up, like on my back, butt naked, by the way.
Oh.
I'll have you know,
Okay.
Ramona,
Okay,
an
yeah.
important detail I think you should know.
I guess.
And I'm laying there. Seriously, I am completely in the buff, laying on the ground, my head on the nightstand, and she's going, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess, I think." And then we start laughing, like hysterically laughing that this happened, you know. But
So I totally understand this feeling because I have intense dreams like this every once in a while, and there's times where you have to go take a walk. Like you got to go walk around the house for a minute to get that, because I don't want to. Sometimes I feel like if you have a dream like that intense and that's scary, if you go right back to sleep afterwards, you'll just pick up where the dream left off.
That's what happened.
Yeah,
That's
and
what happened.
and you woke yourself up from the dream because it was too intense.
But that's what happened. So I got up on the
are
bed.
you- are
I
you
went
of
right
those
back to
people?
sleep. Yeah, I went right back to
Do you
sleep.
know how to
Did you go right
eject
back
out
into
of-
the
Do you know how to
dream?
eject yourself out of the dream?
Right, we
How?
are like a Christopher Nolan movie.
I
at
only
this point.
I only
Yeah.
know how to eject myself. This is a true story. I only know how to eject myself in a dream where I'm about to wet the bed. So in other words,
I understand.
So in
I
other
thought you were
words-
going to say die, but
Yeah,
okay.
No. So
Usually that's where I eject.
No.
Yeah, me too.
For me, it's like I'm in the dream,
Yep.
and I'm about to pee.
Yeah.
And if in the dream I pee,
Yeah.
I'm wetting the bed.
I would
Yeah.
like to say
I know what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
I gotta wear a
this-
Depends undergarment.
This is something
When's the
that-
last time that happened?
It's been like 20 some odd years,
Okay.
but it has happened.
But this is something that a lot of people
I
have.
understand,
This
yeah.
is a common dream. The
Yeah.
I'm going to pee dream.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I'm going to
Oh yeah, have you had it, George? Yeah.
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 So you're
Hasn't
not,
happened to
You're
me
not
yet.
alone in this one.
Yeah.
I don't wet the bed, but I've
Right.
had that dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't wet the bed in a really long time.
Good for you.
But I
You know what? That needs to be a drop right now.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
You're going to play the I haven't farted in 6 months. You know, that needs to be.
right.
Yes. Exactly.
Exactly right. That is
All right.
my equivalent.
Just saying.
How'd we like the combo plate thing yesterday?
I
thought
liked
it was
it.
kind of fun.
Did you have fun?
No, I did. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. Cappy, you were.
I'm
you were
doing
fun.
the show with you tomorrow.
I know. We're doing.
Well, after John.
John's doing 1
It's
hour
more of
from
a relay.
Houston.
It's like a relay race.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, bye, George.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, bye,
Well,
John.
sliding in.
They just want to put the good people on the air.
Hey.
All the good people.
You're one of the
here.
good people.
You're one of
I'm
the good
not
people.
part of the combo plate.
Exactly.
You can be part of the combo
If you
plate
like.
if you want.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So,
What do you want? What part of the combo plate do you want to be?
so I want to ask you guys
Rice and beans.
a
There you
sport.
go.
I want to ask
It's
you
good.
guys a sports question.
Oh,
I
sure.
do like the rice and
Okay.
beans.
Hold on, ready?
Sports?
Yeah. This is usually John's position.
This is.
Yes.
But I'm going to pivot here because I've been pissed off all
Yeah.
day.
You have, yeah.
Why are you so mad?
I don't understand why the Rams would
This is it.
sign
This is
Carson
the-
Wentz now. When
Why did you sign him at the beginning of the
when
season?
you didn't? Why did you not invest in backup quarterback at the start? You know
Well,
you got
because-
a quarterback who's got injury history.
Yeah.
Why would you not invest in a guy that can step in Green Bay and win a game that is a must-win to save the season?
Well, they probably thought initially, hey, we'll see how long Stafford stays healthy. We like this Stetson Bennett kid, which I thought was a disaster from the beginning.
It was a reach.
And then they thought, well, you know, we can get through one game with Brett Rippon, and Packers aren't that good. And now they realize, oh, yeah, no, that's not going to work. So now, honestly, I also don't, part of me, like Travis, believes that they didn't care. Because if the season went off the rails, okay, so be it, because now we've got a chance to get the quarterback of the
let
future.
me ask you this: why sign Carson Wentz at all?
Because you just need a body at this point.
But
Right,
they've got
yeah.
a body. His name is Brett Rippon.
Right, but who's
who
behind
else?
Brett Rippon?
The guy in the practice squad, Sermon.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's just it. Listen,
But if you're trying to lose,
I think
why
you
sign
owe
a
it to
credible
your
backup?
It's not like
fans.
Carson Wentz was good the last time.
you
he
right,
was
that's
playing
your fans
football.
to be competitive.
Remember, Carson Wentz was, I want to say, drafted number 2
Yeah.
when Jared Goff was
Yes, he
drafted
was.
number
Yeah,
1.
with Washington, he was
You know?
terrible.
And Carson Wentz had like a good run.
With Philly.
That's right.
And a good run with Indy.
And then got hurt here.
He
No, he
didn't
did
really
not have a really good run with
Indy.
Indy.
Not
Yeah,
at
he
all.
did.
No, he
No,
didn't.
no. He
No, he
replaced
didn't.
Phillip
No, there was
Rivers,
something
and it
with,
was like a
like,
1-year deal.
The owner called him out and stuff.
You want to listen?
They were
Mace,
done in a year with him.
Mace, you want to know the answer to your question though? It's like so many other teams in the NFL.
They
This
went
is
9-8
why-
and made the playoffs in Indy.
Okay, great.
Right, but he didn't play the whole season.
Played 17 games.
Are you sure?
I'm just looking at Football Reference, so that's the only.
But I wouldn't call it a great season.
I think he was okay enough that
It was
Washington
a credible.
wanted him.
It was a credible season.
Credible.
Because then he went to the Commanders. The
But
Commanders
they
went and got him.
right, they got rid of him.
Correct.
And
they got
then
rid
went
of him.
with who last year?
Frank Reich was like, he said, remember he said something like, I can't remember what the actual story was, but it was like a bad quote about him. And then they trade him to Washington.
Apart from Carson
Yeah,
Wentz,
whatever.
is just quarterback
He
guy.
is
But-
Baker
but-
Mayfield
But here's
of
the
this
thing.
year.
Look,
He's like,
but look around the league this year, and look at the number of quarterbacks that are playing that would be considered backups or even third-string guys.
Yep.
And by the way, look at the number of guys who have started games this year who are rookies, who are not first-rounders. Lots of guys who are 4th, 5th, and even undrafted in Chicago.
Yep.
Why are teams doing that? Because they don't want to invest any money in the backup quarterback position, which is stupid because chances are your starting quarterback could get hurt. So the Rams, as you know, were trying to go into this season as kind of stripped down and as inexpensive as possible.
Yep.
Well, if they really cared about, I'll just say it like this, winning. Hey, watch this, Ramona.
Yeah.
This is air quotes. If they really cared about winning, what they would have done is they would have given Baker Mayfield like a 2-year contract,
right?
And said, hey, look, we're going to have you as our backup because Stafford never can really stay healthy. Now we've got a credible backup.
Well, but he had a chance to go somewhere and start.
I understand that. But
Can you name me the quarterback for the New York Giants right now?
DeVito.
Very
Tommy
good.
DeVito.
I would not have been. How about who's the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals?
It was Josh Dobbs, but then they moved on to the kid from BYU.
And this week it's going to be Kyler Murray.
Okay,
they
but
already announced.
the kid from BYU, 5th-round pick, was the starter for Minnesota before Dobbs came in.
Yeah.
As far as who was the starting quarterback in Arizona, I think he was also a rookie.
Yeah.
Like a late-round draft choice.
Something Chase Toon.
From Houston. From Houston.
Yeah.
Right.
Toon from Houston. He went right after Stetson Bennett.
Chicago Bears are starting a guy named Tyson Bagent.
No, but he's.
I mean, who are these guys?
Okay, but wait a second.
Division 2,
But wait, that kid's the most amazing story in the NFL right now.
Okay.
You don't know the story.
No, I
do
you'll
not.
love.
Give me. I'm going to tell it to you in 30
By
seconds.
the way,
You ready?
Wentz missed the playoffs at 9-8.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Tyson Bagent, undrafted rookie, free agent from a little teeny tiny Division II school in West Virginia. He's the first Division II quarterback to ever start a game in his rookie season in the NFL. And his father is known as the Beast. He's the greatest arm wrestler in the history of the sport.
Okay.
Greatest left-handed arm wrestler and top 5 right-handed arm wrestler in his entire. This story of Tyson Bagent is incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was so incredible that they talked about it right at the beginning of the Sunday Night Football game that they played, and then they got curb stomped, and then you never heard about it ever again.
Got it.
Right.
It's been going on for about 3 weeks.
He did come out of the box and beat the Raiders.
Right, and
That
then
was
they
his
got
first game. Then
destroyed
they got
the
destroyed,
next
yeah.
week
They're just
on
not
Sunday
a-
Night
not a
Football.
good
Not good.
I mean, I was cheering for a guy named Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah,
on
he's
the
a
Raiders.
He's
I was
a
like, where did he
4th-rounder,
come from?
Purdue. First,
Yeah, like-
he's a rookie out of Purdue who had a nice preseason and actually had the Raiders in a position to win the game against the Chargers earlier this season.
Right,
at
and then
SoFi.
they had the turnover.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is my point, is that to answer your question, why would they not have gone out and gotten a guy like Carson Wentz, who has at least just a little bit of a reputation, has started 100 games in his career? They don't want to spend any money on that position.
But
the
why
NFL
did they
doesn't.
now?
Well, because
Not
now they just
backup.
need need a warm body. They need somebody with a pulse.
Okay, so what's your theory on why he's available
Oh,
when
he's
all
available.
these teams have
Nobody
needed him?
wants him.
past. Yeah, nobody
First of all,
wants the guy.
it's 9-10 weeks into the season.
Yeah.
Nobody brought him to training camp.
Nope.
And he's been sitting at home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Waiting for a call. But that's what the Rams running back situation is as well right now.
Well, they let go of Royce Freeman, I think, today because Kyron Williams is coming back.
Okay. Well,
So they're-
I mean,
Oh,
Darrell
thank
Henderson.
God! I needed my fantasy team.
Yeah, Kyron Williams is coming back.
You know, that changes
Havenstein's
everything.
coming back.
You know, they would've won the
Ernest
game.
Jones is coming back. Yeah, I mean, but I don't even know what we're playing for anymore.
Carson Wentz, man.
For my
Just
fantasy
brutal.
team, that's what you're
I mean,
playing
that's
for.
I
My
honestly think
fantasy
they're just
team
trying to
has
make it
the
look
same
good.
record as the Rams.
I'm even worse. I've won one.
I'm 3-6.
I'm 7-2.
I think I'm 1
And I lost
6.
this week because all my guys are on
Or
bye.
1 in whatever.
Yeah.
I drafted Patrick Mahomes really high, thinking that was a great move, and he's been terrible.
Yeah, he's not been
As a fantasy quarterback
yeah,
this year.
as a fantasy quarterback.
Yeah.
Boy, Cap, you know the history of every quarterback in the league.
No, this year in particular has been incredibly interesting.
Storylines.
Because there's been, look, you have a guy like this kid, Anthony Richardson, who starts for Indianapolis,
Yeah.
but he gets
Got
hurt,
hurt.
but he's a first-round pick.
Yeah.
In Houston, there's a
CJ
first-round pick.
Stroud is a
Incredible.
monster.
Yeah.
In Carolina, there's
he's
a
a
number
beast.
one overall
Terrible.
pick. But my point is that when you're a first-rounder, you're expected to play right away. When you're a 4th or 5th-rounder, you're lucky to make the roster. When you're undrafted, making the practice squad would be an honor.
Yeah.
These are all guys that are now starters. And the fact that Joshua Dobbs could go from 1-7 Arizona, not know the players' names, they don't know his cadence, he barely knows the plays, and Minnesota could win a game in the NFL with that?
You know who Josh Dobbs is? He's the modern day like Steve DeVerg or Vince
Yeah.
Evans, where he can you can plug him in until he's 40 and he'll be able to play quarterback.
Who was
in
the guy
NFL.
that
Vince Evans,
backed up
good one.
Jared Goff? That guy.
It was Wolford, John Wolford.
John Wolford.
No,
yeah,
the other
Wolf.
guy, the one before.
Oh.
Case Keenum.
Yes.
Okay, Case Keenum.
Keenum's another
Yes.
guy.
Case
Yeah.
Keenum was another guy who...
Put him on any team.
Right.
At
Oh,
one
yeah.
point, I think led in history the most
college
passing
football.
yards in college
19,000
football.
Yeah,
college.
also from Houston.
From Houston.
Yes.
Yeah. And Case Keenum, went on to have one of the most famous plays in Minnesota Vikings history.
Yeah.
The miracle in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Which was Stephon Diggs in that incredible catch.
I'm kind of wondering if this department store in your dream housed all the NFL knowledge in the world and you were just mining it.
I don't know, man. It just pulled me right in, and then I fell off the bed.
I
And
mean,
I
you
think I'm
just
slightly
walked in here
concussed.
like NFL films.
I know. I said to Mace yesterday, I go, maybe this will knock some sense into me. Because I got
Maybe
this
it
bump.
sounds like it did.
I know. I actually sound like I know what I'm
You
talking
sound
about here.
smarter
I
than usual.
don't know if any of that was right.
George, are you ready to work with a
sounds right.
super
Sounded
smart guy?
right.
Yeah. Smart Cappy.
You know
today-
what? We got Cappy. When Cappy came to us, Christopher would like to say that, he was just kind of like a one-trick pony. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we have made him a thoroughbred.
It's just ridiculous.
What's that one where
It's
the
ridiculous.
You know,
watching the
he
Lakers
got
last
really
night.
smart, but he got too smart that his head exploded. It was Patrick Swayze was in it. Yes.
Roadhouse?
No.
Dirty Dancing?
No, hold on. Somebody's gonna know the movie.
I love Roadhouse.
Hold on.
Point Break?
No.
Point Break is another good one.
That's a very good movie.
Patrick Swayze movies.
I'm gonna find it.
Ghost.
No.
Oh, my
that's the theme
love,
song, yeah.
my darling.
Momo, this is going to be a tease. Tell us Thursday.
Okay,
when you
all
can
right,
get
I'll
back.
find it for
Thursday,
you.
You're
Momo?
trying to get out of
Yeah,
here?
back
Momo's-
here.
Yeah, it's,
You're trying to leave here? I thought you decide when you break.
I went overtime. It's 17.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
All right, are there any
I want.
Pac-12 schools? No, still Washington and Oregon.
It might
5
not have
and
been
6.
Patrick Swayze in it, but I know maybe it was Keanu. I don't
Michigan is Michigan 3.
know. I know what the movie is.
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing before you leave, Mace?
Yeah.
You know what's a little embarrassing to me? Is that more often than not, now when I go places, I carry a bigger fanny pack
I like fanny packs too.
or purse, if you will.
A merce.
Mine is bigger than Ramona's. Look at this.
Really?
I mean, look at Ramona's got a purse like a lady.
Yeah.
And me, I look like I'm going on like some European
know what you need?
backpacking trip.
You need
I know.
See, that's the thing with a fanny pack. It's not the size of the fanny pack, but
It's
how
the weight.
it's what's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot
Yeah,
in
you
here.
need just
Yeah.
a little clutch.
Yeah, I got
Right?
a
Like
lot in
Momo,
this
you
bag.
probably have a lot of clutch.
Yeah, I get all my bags like this size so that it can be on my shoulder as I'm walking. And I
Meanwhile,
don't feel
Cappy's
it.
got this huge
Yeah.
fanny
Oh,
pack.
dude.
Momo's needs to be mobile, work the rooms.
Yeah.
Work the court.
I look like
Sidle.
Jack Bauer on 24. Seriously.
You do. Yes.
All right, I'm going to call it.
All right, that's it.
You're gonna call it?
I'm calling
That's it.
I didn't even talk basketball yet with
Yeah.
Momo.
Basketball.
You know what?
We'll do it
Tomorrow,
we'll do it
tomorrow it's you
Wanna
and
hang out?
me. It's me and Shadano tomorrow
Yeah.
for an hour and a half. Ireland will be here for 1 hour. Momo will be here on Thursday. And then you know what it is?
What?
The streak is over. 58.
Oh, that's it.
By the way,
Thursday's
I got a
58.
major problem. with you.
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
That was the movie.
Oh, I remember that.
John Travolta.
Oh,
really?
John
Not
Travolta.
Patrick
Phenomenon.
Swayze? Not
Never
Patrick Swayze.
would have
I
guessed it.
literally
No,
just
Swayze.
Googled
You said Swayze.
movie where a guy has brain tumor that makes him really smart.
But you
There you
said
go.
Swayze.
I
Not
know it
Travolta.
was. You
Got it
know,
wrong.
you say Swayze, I say Travolta.
Travolta.
You know,
They're
I
both
should
great
not get that
dancers.
mixed.
You should not be taking
I got
off
those
on
mixed
Friday.
up.
Yeah.
You should not be taking off on Friday.
It's been
I can't.
long.
I
You
can't
should
believe
not
I got
be taking
that.
off on Friday.
It's been long.
What a pull,
time.
1996.
Look, here's the thing.
Yeah.
If somebody tells me in advance, hey, keep that date, I'll
Yeah.
keep that date.
Right.
Nobody told me to keep
save
that
the date.
Yeah,
They
save
need
the
to
date.
mail you a
don't know
save
when
the
Veterans
date.
Day is?
Next year we won't be taking Veterans Day off. Neither will Cappy. with
Well,
all
if
his
there's an
Mr.
event,
Gosh.
if there's an event that somebody tells me about, I'll schedule around
Veterans
it.
Day, I'm just telling you now.
Okay.
Next year.
Okay.
Save
good.
the date.
Yeah,
But
so I'm
tomorrow
saving
we're
the date.
excited.
Next year it
because-
should be on a Saturday.
How many? Well, we'll do something on the Friday. How many hours tomorrow is Sedano going to carry you?
An hour and a half.
Well, that's not too bad.
You want to lead, George?
No, man. I love playing shooting guard. I never get to do it.
It's the best.
I did one Cappy the other day when I was on the road. It was great.
It's the
I know.
best being the number two.
I
It's
love
so
it.
great.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, Momo's like, yeah.
I know
Just
it's
shoot.
like when you guys like occasionally force me to lead. Like
Yes.
remember when you'll be like, "Oh, my connection dropped. Go ahead and go talk live on the air." Momo."
Right.
What?
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Remember that
I
when we
remember
did
that.
shows?
Yeah.
Momo, real quick, before
Yeah.
we go. The Clippers. Is it going to work?
It might. It might work. I don't know what's going to
means
be.
it
I don't
might
know if
not
it'll
work.
be good for
No
Russell
way.
Westbrook.
No way.
Yes, agreed.
I
But
think it'll be
it could
very
work.
good for those three guys, but I don't know about Westbrook.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not a system player. I am a system.
Yeah.
I am a system.
That's
Say
a great line.
You
It
know
is
what?
such a good
It is
line.
such- it feels like one of those like affirmations that you say in the
Yeah.
mirror when you get up in
Yeah.
the morning.
I'm not a system
Not a
player.
system
I'm the
player.
system.
I'm a system.
Yeah, it does.
I'm good enough.
Stuart
I'm
Smalley would
smart
be very
enough.
jealous.
Right.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, my
1
God.
o'clock.
What's happening
Momo,
here?
I'll see you on
420.
Thursday.
420.